Oh, see, why do you do that now? That's weird. And now it just starts my stream automatically. Doesn't give me a chance to name it or anything. Awesome. That's cool. Because I signed out of YouTube to sign into Twitch. It's alright. Oh, Bradical Livestream. That's a good name for it. That's good. I like that.
We're episode 36, if you
Alright.
want it to be.
I'll just do it real
36.
quick. Honestly, while I'm typing all this stuff, you guys can just start because it's going right now.
Oh, okay. Hello,
Yeah, no,
everybody.
it literally, because I signed out of YouTube, it just instantaneously started it. So it's like, here you go.
Well,
Are
I'm
we
trying
muted
to
or people can hear us?
People can hear you.
Oh, hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on, people? Let me pop out the chat real quick so I can see. All right, guys.
Typing.
I was going to roast
yeah,
a
so-
politician on Twitter, but it seems like people have already got it well handled.
Oh,
Dude,
trust me, they let him have it, dude. They let him
Yeah.
have it. Don't you worry.
All right, guys. So welcome to episode 36 of the Ultimate Tag Team Podcast. Again, this is the Dokkan Legends portion, or Dokkan and Legends podcast. Hosted by Brad. He's taking care of some administrative stuff right now. I'm Nolar, if you don't know who I am. We've got Nazirachi here, and we've got
Hello.
Talon.
What up, dudes?
I'll be stepping in to talk about Dokkan instead of Goresh for now because I'm the pro.
Hey, you guys want to know where Goresh learns everything that he knows about Dokkan? It's really Nazarachi.
Yo,
Yeah.
That's the secret. That is
I
the
keep on
secret to him.
DL because I stopped playing the game a while ago, but
He is the guru, guys. All right. So yeah, we start off with Dokkan, and first topic. Usually we go with global, since our resident global expert isn't here just yet. We can talk about it, but there's not a whole lot, right? It's
There's
basically
really not
part
much
3.
on global, yeah. So I know Goresh will want to talk about the Broly trio because he's loving them right now.
Yep.
Like he's having an absolute
Blast with it. Yeah.
blast with them. So basically, from what we know for global though, is that part 3 finally came. You guys finally got your 55th ticket. All right, can that meme die now? Like,
No, it'll
please?
never die. Never die.
Please
Never die.
Die, you stupid meme. But anyway, yeah, so you guys have your 55th ticket. So I hope everyone was able to summon and get their LRs, LR or LRs. I know some people had much better luck. Yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of the 55th ticket. So as of right now, though, Global does have LR Broly and LR Rose banners currently out right now. I think they're out for almost a week now. Nolar, you have both of them rainbowed. Who do you like better? Just in terms, whether it's power, versatility, all that stuff. Who do you prefer to?
Well,
to
okay,
use?
so here's the thing. Rose can be used on a lot of teams, so he's got more usage out of him compared to the Broly trio. But in terms of actually using the cards, I rather play with the Broly trio. I'm just like Goresh. It's just so much more fun because you're obviously you're not only thinking about the rotation that you're on, but you're thinking about the rotation before and after, because you want to set it up so that let's say the next turn you're gonna get the Broly trio. You want to set it up so it's like, okay, I'm pretty sure I want to have as many AGL orbs here, at least 7 AGL orbs, so I can boost. I think it's AGL and strength that give attack, and tech and int that give defense.
Yep.
So you're like, I want to boost everyone's attack, and I want to dodge, so I need at least 7 AGL orbs. Let me line up the orbs in a way so that when the next turn rolls around, I'm going to put the Broly trio in the first slot with 7 AGL orbs. And, just there's a lot of thinking you have to do. And that's fine because for the most part, like Goresh said, we just click bubbles and that's it. We just go, right? We don't really worry about ourselves with how we set up the orbs and with the rotations. But now with the Broly trio, you actually have to think about it if you want to play as well as you want to play. So honestly, I think the Broly trio is better in my opinion to use. It's just the downside is they've only really got joint forces and movie bosses. That's it.
Yeah, they're very limited there.
And then, well, of course, extreme physical, but yeah, it's really when you can use them, I love playing with them. But again, it's just limited in that regard, which is where Rose, I mean, the guy hits really hard. If you set up the teams right, you get the orbs, you get the key meter up there. He hits hard. He hits real hard, and especially on global. If you guys didn't see, Goresh and I did a 2-part race using the physical Goku Black in addition on rotation with the int LR, and yeah, that's where I have to say JP has been shafted. Hashtag JP shafted.
All right, yeah. I've used the LR Broly trio mostly as a friend only on Super Battle Road because again, like you said, they're very limited to either movie bosses or whatever the other category was that you
joint forces.
Said. Joint forces, okay, but yeah, okay, sure, whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Yeah, I was very impressed with the way that Broly was built, and I really wish they had ran with that concept a little bit more.
Yeah,
and a lot of other cards, but unfortunately they haven't. It's almost, it's almost like it's very similar to the exchange mechanic.
Yep.
Where it was introduced, and for the most part, I think a lot of people liked the way that it worked, and then nothing. Right, we haven't seen anything from it. Now we did finally get another exchange unit in the term of the exchange Boo, but that was what, August last year, May this year. So
yeah,
that's a pretty long time to not use a mechanic that was, at least to my knowledge, it wasn't like, criticized or anything like that. People thought it was a cool mechanic. It gave you options on how you could change the field and how you want to set up your upcoming turn and everything like that.
Yep.
So I don't see why they wouldn't take the chance to do that. My only guess is that simply, everything they've had planned out, they've had it planned out for quite some time. I mean, if you look at, I know when the files are downloaded and everything, I think Jiren was like cards like Jiren and things were not made like just recently. Like they were.
Yeah, they've been made for a while.
Older. Yeah, they're further out. So all this, I wouldn't be surprised if there is certain things that come out and there's like, oh, well, we made this like literally the month right after Broly and the Broly trio came out. So, we're not, we got the stuff planned already. So maybe we'll see something like that in, I don't know, October, November, maybe. For, different orb setups and everything like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did it for, the 350 million download, but not the main LR Dokkan Fest, but like the side SSRs. You know what I mean? Like right. Right now we have for Ultimate Gohan, who's the main Dokkan Fest LR, then or TUR, and then we have the Supreme Kai, right? So right. So like I can imagine the side SSR getting that kind of mechanic so that people could play with it more. It's not everyone has. I mean, LR Broly's at least for JP, it's been out for 4 or 5 months, 6 months now, and right. Of course Global just got it, so they haven't really had a chance to really get people to play with it. But yeah, I really enjoy it. It's a very different style of play style. I wouldn't say it's my favorite play style, but it's totally different than what I'm used to, which is what I want. I want new, challenging, different ways to play the game. And there's only so many ways they could shake it up, but this is obviously a really cool way to do it. I'm like you, disappointed that we haven't had more of these type of cards just yet.
Right. No, exactly. So,
there is one thing that contributes to the JP shafting. The 5th year anniversary coins. When you like do missions, you get coins, and then in the shop, the coin shop, you can pick up, Kais and a bunch of other things. But this is the one thing they added to Global that was not added to JP. For, I want to say like 10 coins or something like that, you can get like, I don't know, 100 small orbs and then 50 medium orbs and 10 large, something like that.
Yeah.
But the whole gamut of them, not just AGL. It's like AGL, Tech, Int, Strength, and Physical. Like you just get a round. You put 10 coins in, you get 10 of those. And I think it maxed out at like, I don't know, 20, like you can only exchange it 2-3 times. But we didn't even have that on JP. Like not at all.
I know. I was definitely jealous of that.
So I don't know, like what I find really weird is for the most part, everything about the celebration from the JP 5th year is more or less mirrored in Global. But there are always little tweaks that, I mean, it makes sense. Global gets a little more benefit of it because they, okay, well, this is, we got to appease our global player base and whatnot and just throw them a bone. But I'm just like, why? It seems so a dichotomy because it's like, one, you want to keep it the same, but yet you're giving them something a little more valuable. Actually, to me, it's a lot more valuable because orbs are pretty, to me, orbs are still pretty scarce. So, Yeah, I don't know. I had to mention that because that to me is definitely a JP shaft. Yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
No, I mean, people are always going to throw the GP shaft, the global shaft, the yada yada yada, whatever it is, right? And I agree that the global's done this for a long time now. They throw in this extra stuff sometimes for JP. I mean, for global. Sorry, I mean, look at tickets, for example.
Oh
5+
my
years
god!
of the game, JP has yet to get tickets, right? And I do see that is a huge pull for global players, right? You save up, you go for those really special banners where you can get discounts, you can get tickets on every multi, and then it's even more. I mean, imagine how many stones somebody could potentially save, or just the amount of units you can get by having those extra tickets and everything, right? So I mean, especially Lar, Mr. Whale here.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how valuable tickets are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did a stream. Like people share their summons. I think about like 30% of their like really big pulls came from tickets.
Yeah.
Singles for Vegetos, singles for Gogetas, for LR Gohans, LR Cells, a multi of 10 tickets. That's a free multi, right? Tickets it's essentially free multis. And bam, they get like 3, strength Gogetas and whatnot. So it is a very, very big deal. The only reason I could think that they keep people there is they wanted global players. As much as it has a bigger player base, it doesn't make nearly the revenue JP does. So I guess that's the one way to appease their player base is like, hey, we're giving you free summons, please spend more money so you can get more free summons for, the stones you paid for, kind of stuff. So I guess that's the only reason. And JP, there's no need for it because we just buy stones out of the ass anyway.
Oh, if you see some of the JP players out here, man, there's the Japanese Dokkan player that I watch, and he is now, how many stones is he in? He's done four videos at 600 apiece. He's at 2,500 stones, and he has one copy of Gohan.
Yeah.
So he's and he always tries to go for 2 dupes. Like he's not truth. He's not trying to rainbow them or anything, but he always tries to go around 1 to 2 dupes, and he's at 0 dupes right now with 2,500 stones. And I'm just like, dude.
Yeah. This banner wasn't too bad for me, but yeah.
It
anyways,
wasn't too bad for me at all. It was not too bad for me at all.
I think I am your lucky charm. Hey, there's your Goresh.
What's going on? What are we talking about?
We're talking about global, and we're finishing up the new coin, or the coin shop update you guys had with like the orbs and everything.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
we wanted you to talk about the LR trio because we know you've been having a lot of fun using that card.
my quick thoughts on the coin thing. I think that's Global's way of compensating for probably not going to get that third like top grossing / thank you rewards thing that JP got. Because I don't think Global's going to get that. I think that's just their way of making up for that.
Sounds like it.
Could be.
We'll see, because that was given out, I think, the last day of the anniversary for JP.
Yep.
And then you said the LR trio.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I haven't had too much experience. I used them like maybe a few times so far, and it's definitely like if you're trying to optimize them, and by optimize I mean like try and get them to activate the ability you want them to activate every single turn. It takes like multiple turns in advance of planning, so it's like literally not possible. Or it is possible. It's just like extremely difficult to optimize them, because like if you're like, okay, I need to make sure this orb goes there, and then I want to make sure this orb goes there so that I get their defense in 2 turns from now. Like it's really hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it. I think that they're a pretty well designed unit. They actually, I used them in Super Battle Road, and they carry the team pretty much.
Oh yeah, they do.
The new Rock was one. Yeah, the only problem is that there's just not a lot of teams you can use them on. That's my only problem with them.
Yeah, I agree. They have limited options on teams, but the teams that they do fit on, they're fantastic. I like playing with them a lot, but you need to wait till you get the Super Brew Awakening. The physical
I know.
one.
That's my favorite team to use them on. Is just extreme physical.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
The hard part's gonna be finding the friend.
Yeah.
fancy.
You're not wrong at all, man. You know, it's gonna be rough. Again, fix the damn friend system. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, right? I mean, you just had Broly Trio, Rose, then the coins, of course the EZA for what is it?
LR
Goku, Zamasu. Yeah. So that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing we could sort of talk about is there's maintenance scheduled for, I think it's Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 30. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Who knows?
I mean, okay, so people were saying it's going to be chain battle, because all the assets are already implemented in the game and like everything's there already. Even like this, if you go to the Baba shop on Global, you can even see the secret treasure chest is there, and when you click on it, it says like not available yet or something, or feature coming soon or something like that. So it's like, why would they even put that there? And I made a video today talking about my basically review of the anniversary, and I was like, why would they even put that there if they're not going to release it soon? Because it's been like over a month at this point. So I don't know. We're just waiting, and
Well,
I guess
I think
it's kind of. Hey, go ahead.
I was gonna say on JP it was implemented in our files and in the Battle Shop for a while too. Not like a month, but it was like at least 2-3 weeks, and then bam, we got Chain Battle. So at least I want to say it took that long, right, Kellen?
Chain battle? I thought it was about a week or two at most. I honestly don't remember. All I remember is that there was an update, and then they had that. For JP, they did the website thing. Remember that link that you could click on, and it showed you like that little informational video with air quotes there.
Yeah.
And then some update came out, or maintenance or whatever, and then I think a few days after that, it was released, or actually about a week. I take that back. It was about a week, because I think we had the maintenance, and then we just saw the celebration for that, because that's when Physical Beerus was coming out. So that was Physical Beerus' celebration. That information dropped, and when we saw that Chain Battle was coming like 4 or 5 days after his banner dropped or something, and then that's when it was implemented. So I want to say a couple weeks at most, but it wasn't nearly this long. It was not like, hey, here's everything you can see. Oh, but you can't actually access it. You got to wait another month or something like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the purpose is of doing a 30-minute long maintenance, other than maybe just activating it, because it's already technically in the game already, and like all the files are there already. I don't know.
It could be that, yeah. And then aren't you guys also beginning Extreme Super Battle Road since year 5 is about to end?
I don't know. I don't know when that's coming. It should have came like literally 5 months ago. I don't know. It's way overdue.
Yeah.
I think the next celebration on Global is supposed to be Kefla. That's what people are saying. That's what makes the most sense to me, because again, I think the part 2 was UI Goku LR. I mean, you already have that in Global, so it could be cut short a little bit. So I don't know. I feel like that's an okay time to release Chain Battle if they want, but yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much all we got for Global.
Okay, Chain Battle only makes sense because it wouldn't come for 350, because it would be shared celebration, and we on Gloat and JP just had Chain Battle end, right? So it would make sense that you guys get it this Tuesday for like a week, and coinciding with the Kefla celebration, like that just lines up to me.
You know, the biggest like slap in the face ever, if they gave us Extreme Super Battle Road during the 350 million run Global, because JP got it during the joint celebration the same day. They didn't give it to us.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them.
Well, I don't think they're going to. I mean, obviously JP's not going to get any new Super Battle Road stages during the 350, because we're about to get them, or the new category Super Battle Road stages in 4 days from now or something like that. So I'm really curious what they're going to do for 350. I really am curious what's going to happen there.
Well, I guess
we saw like those files that were added where it's like joint missions and versus missions, or like they want you to work together, or I guess compete. And that's like the sort of thing they did last year. And every previous talent celebration with like those like reward cards, you had the pink shirt Vegeta and stuff like that.
Right.
They're probably gonna be linked to that, but I don't know if they're gonna do like. I don't know. We'll see. I think this talent celebration is gonna be the best celebration ever.
Here's hoping, as long as they don't mess the cards up.
Yeah.
I think they understand the backlash that happened last time.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if Team A is in charge, you never know.
Team A is gonna get their hands on there somewhere. It's either the category.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's either the transformation mechanic or it's the category. It's one of the two. It's like so, because so far all the categories have been yikes. Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask. So, when is year 3 officially ending? Is it this coming week?
The 10th
year
of
5.
August.
I mean year 5. Yeah, the 10th.
Yeah, the 10th.
Okay, so that means what? If you get Kefla, that'd be the 10th, 11th, or
Yeah, 10th, I guess, until
the
2 weeks from then.
25th?
25th, yeah, something like that.
And then I
What's
guess
the lineup?
350, week 25, 26, or 27th of August. That makes
Well,
sense.
it's a big countdown as well, right?
No, yeah. Oh, okay. I guess the question is, so last year we had the 300 JP stream, right?
Yeah,
live stream?
Yeah, we did.
There should,
Mhm.
there should definitely be a stream this year too.
Now, would it be coinciding together with like the Dokkan Now for global? Because that we have that
Actually-
now in play.
Yeah, that's true, because we didn't have that last time. That was, I believe the first time they had that was for Blue Kaioken Goku, right?
Yeah, that was in December. So, in my head, just to throw it out there, so let's say you guys get Kefla on the 11th. Ultimate Gohan lasts till when? Do you know, Talon?
Kefla?
JP? No, the Ultimate Gohan, like what we have right now. How long is
Ultimate
this gonna
Gohan goes until I think
18th.
yeah 18th.
go?
Yep.
18th? Okay, so same time zone. Then we'll have like probably a dead week for us.
Well, keep in mind you guys are also getting the Rising Dragon Carnival, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but that's not until
It's like something, I think.
yeah, it's like a couple days before the 18th that it comes out or something. And so
Okay. So, basically, what I'm trying to say is, I think we'll get a live stream like if the 350 is going to start on the 25th, 26th, like around there. We'll probably get it 2-3 days beforehand. So like on the weekend, right? Like the 22nd, the 23rd.
Well,
Yeah,
so
I mean, it'll be interesting to see
Okay.
what they do, because they might just drop the video as soon as the live stream starts, because it's like the same time. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or, like when it ends.
What I imagine is they'll still use the JP version. They'll just translate it, right?
You think so?
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm suggesting is like they'll do the live stream, record it, then just put the CC under it, and then put it out like half an hour when it ends. Make sure it's in all available languages, and then everyone can watch it again, but this time on the Dokkan Now channel.
Yeah,
I mean,
the only problem is
right.
that the only problem with that is that like how long is it gonna take them to actually translate the stream for everybody?
Well, to be
Well,
fair,
I
do you
bet they
think
already have it made. I wouldn't be surprised.
that's
I mean,
what I'm
'cause
saying.
everyone's working from home right now.
100% live. It's live. Like that's what they've done the
the
past. 2
JP
years.
version?
Yeah, it's all live.
Oh, that's right. It's been live.
But you do, but you guys have to remember the virus, right? And it is actually starting to act up here a lot in Tokyo again. A lot of my friends who work at these different companies in the city, like they've had to go in for the last month or so, and now I've gotten like 5 messages in the last 24 hours saying, "Oh, I finally get to start working from home again." So,
Yeah,
I
I don't know. I don't think it's to that level yet. We'll see if it gets worse.
Well, okay, if you're trying to compare it to the States, then no duh. So
No,
I'm
but-
saying in Japan, it's not to the level where they can't do it. That's what I'm saying.
okay, yeah, okay. In that regard, yes, you are correct on that. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. But
Yeah, because
regardless, I mean, V Jump is supposed to be out probably on like the 18th, 19th, which is a Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, I think this
Um,
speed jump should probably talk about the download celebration. Maybe like the free stuff. Like I remember last year was talking about.
It will do the free stuff. It won't show off the units or anything. They've never done that with the yearly celebrations. Last year they didn't do it with Gohan and Cell. They showed off the fact that the celebration's coming. And if I remember correctly, they had what was it? The Hercule? The Hercule and the Cell, the 2 cards last year. I think
Yep.
they had one of those 2
Yep.
cards on there.
I think they should both of them.
But yeah. But anyway, regardless, if we do see some kind of stream or something like that, it's probably gonna be on like the 22nd, 23rd.
yeah, on, like
And then the
weekend.
celebration will start that following week. So
Yeah. So what I think they're going to do is I think they're going to have a separate video recorded for the Dokkan Now, and it'll just come out as soon as the stream, like and maybe like during the
Okay.
stream. I don't know. Sometime around when the stream happens.
gotcha.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Well, just throwing it out there. There's 350s coming up soon. when would we? When? Okay, so let's say we put the arbitrary date as the 25th for 350, right? To start. When would we get the tickets for our like 50 stones spent? You get one ticket.
Oh
Whole
God.
You
You
bringing
are
that up
not
already?
letting that ticket meme die.
Talon, what are we getting?
When are we? Hey, Talon, when are we getting the $350 million tickets? You know, the one where we get 50 stones for one ticket. When are we getting that? And then
2050, that's when you're getting them, guys. You got to wait a long time. You got 30 more years, folks. All right, come back to me in 30 years. Then you'll get your tickets. There you go.
I think, did somebody leak the date of the download celebration? Let me see.
Either I seriously did, or maybe someone.
why?
Why, maybe?
Delcon talked about it. Maybe he just mentioned that there was going to be one. I don't remember.
I mean, every download celebration, every big download celebration we've had has had the tickets, right?
Yeah.
Every
yeah.
50 stones spent, you get a ticket between basically from August to August, right? So
Yeah,
I guess
if
we
I
could-
remember correctly, it's the cutoff date for us spending stones that go towards those tickets should be about around the second week of August, give or take, second or third week or so. It's not like right before the celebration starts. It's like a good week or two before the celebration
yeah,
starts.
because they got to count it, right? They got to
Right,
they got to look
count
at
it
the
and
count.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. My question for that is what Dokkan Fest are they going to go up to?
God, I need to pull up space and see what they went up to last time.
I
Yeah.
think JP actually didn't go that far, if I remember
We did not go.
correctly.
No, because I remember that was the big complaint for a lot of JP players was it was because it was exactly. In fact, I think it was basically the same as global or very close to
I think JP had like 2 extra units or something on it.
something like that. Yeah, some arbitrary, like just 2 extra units and that's it. I'm going to the download celebration. So give me a second here.
Well, so I'm just making it clear to people out there, like, yes, next, Global's 5th year's ending. You'll probably get another Dokkan Fest, which, if it's Kefla, unless Kefla's unless Kefla's your waifu, you're gonna just skip this one. Okay, so, and pretty much for JP, like the Ultimate Gohan banner is the banner to sink your stones in, and they made an amazing unit. So I guess it's a nice segue to JP, right? Because anything else with Global?
I'm looking through the ticket banner last year, and it's actually not that good. Like, what was the latest one? Is it transforming Goku and Frieza?
That
The year
was
before.
I think that was. Yeah, I'm looking on JP right now. I believe it was transforming Goku and Frieza were the latest ones. Oh, well, did Android 17 was out after them, right?
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah. So so on JP at least, Android 17.
Yeah, he was on
the
Global
tournament.
too. I'm trying to remember like who's
Right.
the latest one out of these.
Transferring Goku, transferring Frieza, Broly Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Yeah,
maybe
man,
it was
the
maybe Turles. No, Turles was.
no Turles was beforehand.
yeah.
Yeah, ooh, man, this ticket banner was
Wait, so
really
so
not
what
that
was the
updated.
latest one on JP? Was it? I thought there were a few more on there.
I think transferring Goku and Frieza.
I guess it's the
Or
same banner?
Android 17 because those are the latest on the banner. There's no question about that. I thought Android 17 came out right after them, but regardless, I'm going back to see if I can find it. But yeah, no.
Yeah, it actually is the same banner.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah. It was.
So-
it really
so-
wasn't that good.
So Global kind of handicapped JP in that sense, right? Because
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm looking, it's the
Global?
same. It's the same banner image on both versions.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I went all the way back to the 250 million download celebration, and Goku, transforming Frieza are the latest units that are on that last year's ticket banner. So
That was a year before that, by the way.
Yeah.
pretty much. So that ticket banner, not the greatest. I mean, it's free tickets. I don't think anyone can really complain about it, but just saying.
Yeah, but we can. Let me actually do this real quick. So, I'm looking at the timeline of events, and going from the 250 million, because that was the last time we got the big ticket banner was
Yep.
300 million, and then that went up to the 250 million units, right?
Yep.
There's a lot of units that came out since then.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are definitely a lot of units.
But it's mostly Dokkan Fest exclusives are featured, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they did feature last time the OG LRs, the 90%.
Yes, they did. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now would they put in the 120s? No, I mean the 100s, like Bardock, Bojack, like those guys, Super Saiyan 3.
Well,
I
actually,
imagine
they could eventually.
I think Evolution Blue Vegeta was the latest unit on there. I'm looking at the timeline now.
Is it Evolution Blue Vegeta?
Yeah, because it was Goku and Frieza transforming. Then
Mhm.
it was 17. Then it was Evolution Blue Vegeta.
Okay. They skipped Super Buu. Like everyone cares about him.
They really.
Yeah. So they skipped Super Buu. They skipped Metal Cooler.
Oh wait, I'm actually wrong again. I'm gonna keep looking because
Yeah.
Future
Goku Black.
Gohan came out. Future Gohan is the latest, I think. Physical.
the physical
Gogeta,
one. I was like,
Physical Broly. There's a lot of units they left out of that
Yeah,
banner.
because Physical Future Gohan came out later on Global for some reason. Like he was really delayed a lot.
Okay.
So he came out, and okay, so this is what we're gonna see on this new one. We're gonna see the new units coming out. Well, quote unquote, ones that weren't on the previous one. Super Buu, Hit Tech.
oh my
what else?
god.
I'm scrolling through this right now. Gogeta and Broly.
Yep. And Goku Black. Don't forget him.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Transforming Vegeta. I'm sure everyone wants more of him.
Oh, clearly.
Metal Cooler. Ink Goku
Yeah.
Black. Gohan and Goten won't be on there. Kid Goku. Let's keep going.
I mean, in the end, we're gonna have to wait and see exactly what they choose to put on there. I mean, it would not surprise me if they don't put like Physical Broly and AGL Gogeta. You know, like I could see Super Saiyan Namek Goku on there. I could see
Yeah, Namek. Well,
Goku
okay.
Black, that kind of thing.
After that Kid Goku that I just talked about, that's the last Dokkan Fest before the anniversary, and then right from the anniversary we had Heroes, and then we go into Gohan and Cell. And I'm not gonna put Gohan and Cell on there.
No, they're not going to now.
So they might compensate for that and put the next one on, which was Namek Goku. So yeah, I think maybe it will go up to Namek Goku.
Physical Piccolo?
Maybe.
He was next, right? No, next was Zamasu and Trunks for Global.
I could see them putting them on there.
You know what's crazy about them is they've only came back one time, which is right
Yeah.
now. So yeah, honestly, I could see it going up to Zamasu and Trunks, but that's probably it. I don't think Physical Piccolo's gonna make it.
Yeah.
'Cause remember-
I
remember-
think
remember
people
that-
should prepare themselves. A lot of cards cannot be on there.
Remember this: we got Blue Kaioken Goku on Global before Piccolo. And I don't think they're gonna put Blue Kaioken Goku on there unless they skip him.
There's a
Yeah.
pretty good chance it could happen.
I don't know if Piccolo's gonna be on here. I'm gonna say no.
All right. There's also the stone banner for that, right? So that means you could also
yeah.
pick up. That means you could then pick up units with red coins, right?
I don't think they did that
No, the red
you still
coins
be
didn't do that.
billion units on there. I don't think those units become red coin. You could put some of the red coins.
The last year, what they did was that banner was either tickets or stones completely, and then the red coins were for the actual celebration banners that
Units.
came out a few
Okay.
days later. Yeah.
All right. Well, I was hoping for you guys, but yeah, it is what it is.
The question is, what are they gonna do for ECAs?
I don't think they're gonna do. Oh wait, you mean in terms of the ticket banner, or in terms of what EZAs will come out?
What
What
ECAs will
ECAs
come
will come
out?
Okay, so here's the thing. If it's Majin Buu Saga, I think it's the Int Nuker Vegeta and the Strength Nuker Spirit Bomb Goku. I think they're
So
going
they-
to EZAs.
So I'm just thinking about those. 'Cause I think they awaken with the Kid Buu medals.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So I think, honestly, I wouldn't put it past them to EZA Kid Buu, and then you just have to use Stam to pick up those medals again for those two units.
You can open
But
the
I
category
also-
real quick.
Though I also see isn't the physical Super Saiyan 2 Gohan you know, the support one. Is he in Majin Buu Saga? Hold on, let me check.
The movie one, or the like the old one.
The 35%.
Yeah, he's in Majin Buu Saga. Yeah.
So I
One
can see
thing-
him getting one.
One
Oh,
thing
you
to
were
know,
saying?
guys, is last year we didn't get an easy A.
Did we
Not even
Like
a free one.
a traditional easy A.
Yeah, but
like-
what like free ones did we get?
easy
I don't-
areas?
I don't
It was
remember.
just the. You're right. It was just the exchange units that got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Came out.
Yep.
It'd be funny if Candy Vegito got one.
I can see it happening.
Oh, you know what they could do? They could do the Tech and Int Vegetos, the base forms.
But you know what they could do? You know what they could do? A LR EZA for Hercule and Boo, or I guess it's just Hercule technically.
Yeah, they could do that.
That guy
Oh, that
really
part.
badly needs one.
Yeah. I was like, which one's... Oh, yeah, yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Let's see. Let's see who else
Actually,
is
that's
in...
actually that is now on my list of one of the things I want to see the most happen during this. LR Hercule getting an EZA.
Oh, here we go, guys. By the way, for last year, in terms of when the ticket cutoff line was, so keep in mind this is last year. It was the time that you could spend stones to go towards the ticket banner was for the past celebration, August 20th, 2018, all the way to August 19th, 2019. So that probably means that from August 20th, 2019 until this year, August 19th, 2020 is the cutoff date for the download tickets banner.
Oh, that would
So
make
you've
sense.
got about 19 to 18 days, give or take, depending on where you live.
Yeah, I'd be hard pressed to find anybody who's has like any sort of stones left on global right now.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be interested in seeing if they bring back like Cooler and who else? Who else hasn't come back yet on global? Future Gohan, Cooler and Future Gohan on these download celebration banners because they still haven't come back at all.
Oh, I expect Cooler to come back for global. Like
He
I
has
can't
to.
see why that wouldn't happen.
Also, if they want to,
Future Go. Yeah.
yeah, I would want to see. Well, I mean, I don't know if this is gonna happen, but the Goku and Majin and Vegeta from the Dual Dokkan Fest, they haven't come back yet, but they haven't been that. They're not that old on global right now.
Oh, they were what, June? It was right before the anniversary, right?
Yeah,
June. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of soon.
because I think they're supposed to come back during Golden.
Thank You,
or
right?
the, yeah, Thank You celebration. Yeah, because they came
Yeah.
back for Golden Week on JP, which was the Gotenks and Boo banners.
Yep, I expect Gotenks and Boo to be on the
Yep.
banners for JP.
100% agree with that.
That's not that long. 4 months.
They did it for the
Last
last
year.
year's Golden Week. Yeah, they did it for the Trunks and Zama.
Yeah, that right there is what screws everything up. Because on global, the Trunks and Zamasu literally have not like they haven't been here since November of last year. So it was
Yep.
9 months for them to come back. That's what really screws things up. I think is because that whole timing of the Golden Week celebration, and then they bring them back on the download celebration banners, and then global doesn't do that.
Yep. All right. Are we done with the speculation for 350? We still got some time, so we can always.
I
Yeah,
mean, there's
we
gonna
got-
be
we have a
we're
lot
gonna
of
get
time
Twitter
to waste.
questions. Who's
Yeah.
coming for 350 million? Who's
Yeah.
coming?
Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong.
But yeah, I
Um,
think that's it for right now for what we have for global. Did we talk about Gohan yet or no?
No, not
We
yet.
haven't talked really anything JP yet.
Yeah, all right, guys. So let's move on to JP. So biggest news we've got is we got a brand new transforming. It's not technically transforming because he's not on transformation boost.
Power up.
Yeah. Oh, Teen Gohan to Ultimate Gohan.
It's like
So-
Majin Vegeta, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thoughts, everybody. What do you guys think?
He sucks.
Yep, worst card in the game. Shafted again.
He's like, I don't know. I feel like I've been saying this for a while, but they're trying to make TURs like as
On the
good, if
power
not
low.
even better than just
Than
LRs.
LRs.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
this is the most apparent it could be. I'm like almost positive, and you guys can quote me on this, that we're gonna start seeing events that disable guard it just like how we can do that, like with our super attacks, and some like the LRUI Goku can do that.
Yeah.
I bet you, I guarantee you, we're gonna start seeing events that do that. Because think about how many units they just introduced that have guard. Ultimate Gohan has guard. The West Supreme Kai now has guard with her
I was talking about that West Guy update.
yeah, Dokkan Awakening. Like a lot, like the Topo that just came out has guard. Everybody has guard now. Like it used to be Janemba only, and now they're giving it to literally everything. So I think what's happening with that is like the same thing we saw with Dodge back in the day. Dodge used to be very exclusive, and now like how many units have Dodge in the game? Like over 100 or something. But there's stages now that disable Dodge, like they negate that. So I think we'll start seeing stages that also disable guard, but we'll see. Maybe for the 350 million, I don't know.
Yeah,
No, I definitely agree with that. I wouldn't be surprised because wasn't there a new difficulty that was revealed or not revealed, but
data mine.
leaked or data mined or something?
Yeah, I think it was Super 5.
Yep.
We'll have to wait and see.
Ultra Battle Road.
Ultra Battle Road.
Super extreme super battle road.
Super Extreme Ultimate to the tile.
Yeah. To your point, Goresh, I kind of agree that something's coming where like either disable guard or disable auto crit or disable additionals, like something, a combination of that is coming, I think, in my mind. But yeah, on the topic of Gohan, yeah, he's good. He's real good. The thing is, I think they made him too good in his base form that I see no reason to transform him or give him become Ultimate Gohan at all.
Yeah.
Because if I was to balance this card, okay, I'm putting that in air quotes, I would have made the base form stacking defense infinitely, and then go to Ultimate Gohan, carry the defense stacking over, and then stack attack infinitely from that point on.
I agree with that.
Because as it is, I transformed. I was taking an Infinite Dragon Ball History event, and I made a video, and I was like, I'll transform on turn 10. You know, it shouldn't be that bad. But the problem was, transforming him early meant that I was no longer stacking. The defense was fine, but I wasn't stacking attack. Yeah, he was hitting an attack stat of like 5 million, but the problem is, the super effective is okay. And it's only when you're either against a Majin Buu Saga enemy or the enemy has 58% or higher HP.
Yeah.
And once they drop below that 58%, that even if 5 million attack stat wasn't, I was seeing maybe a million and a half in damage, like actual damage to the enemy, because those guys have huge damage reduction, right? So I'm thinking like I should have just kept him in his base form infinitely. But then why would I ever transform him then? You know? So I don't know. He's strong. There's no denying that. He's super strong. He single-handedly carries events in his base form. But the issue I have with him right now is I'm trying to level his links, but then why do I do it? Because he doesn't really link with a lot of people except like another Ultimate Gohan. You know what I mean? It doesn't really help out the team, honestly. It really he's just the standalone character that gets it done by himself, which is fine, but when you need a team to take down Super Battle Road, that's a whole other question. You know? If the middle slot is not getting a super off to activate, you know, stack defense for that turn, then you're suffering greatly. So I don't know. I'm still got another week to really play around with him and really see how I feel about it, but he's strong. You can't deny he's like very strong.
Yeah, the issue I have, not so much in terms of like how good he is because he's just nuts, but design-wise, I think he reminds me a lot of Piccolo, and the reason why I say that is because his active skill transformation isn't really changing what he's doing. It's just like Piccolo is infinitely stacking his defense prior to transforming. That's the same exact thing Gohan's doing, and the only time you want to really transform him is if you want just, you know, if you're like, okay, I'm content with where I'm at defensively. So I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, transform him, and he's going to do more damage now. That's the only reason why you would do that. And it's the same. He's literally Piccolo 2.0, right? It's the same exact thought process behind that. So design-wise, that's my only nitpick. But I'm like, again, he's just crazy good that it doesn't even matter. I don't know.
Yeah. Talon?
So if you guys didn't catch my crazy ass luck, that thanks Nalar, thank you for that. That
You're
boost
welcome.
in luck. 200 stones got me 3 copies of Gohan. Yeah,
Must be nice.
yeah, it must be. It is pretty nice. It is. Anyway, so I've been testing him out. I've been leveling up his links and everything. And there is absolutely no denying that currently right now in terms of TURs, he is the strongest and he is the toughest of TURs, right? The dude can tank anything. He hits amazing attack stats once you've got his links to his attack and defense to go up and up with a few super attacks. Even round 1 on Extreme Super Battle Road, he's doing fine. He's doing fine. Don't let him get super before getting a super off, but other than that, he's doing just fine. No, nothing to complain about. But what I do find interesting, and I released a video because I'm doing a little mini series on the quote unquote best TUR in the game with a ton of air quotes there, with cool, because the big thing is Cooler versus Gohan right now. And so the very first part of the video, the very first little video of this little mini series is Infinite Dragon Ball History events, the future Trunks stage. And then the two teams just race it off. There's no commentary during the gameplay, so literally just the gameplay and everything. And one of the, or two of the things that a lot of people were commenting on that I noticed, which is totally fine, was, obviously that Gohan tanks a lot better, which is, I think, no one can deny that, at least on super attacks. But then in terms of the links, and I definitely agree with you here, Nolar, is that I've been trying to level up his links just like you, and it's like, I would say aside from Sand Lineage and maybe Fierce Battle, there's really no point to his links being level 10 because he just doesn't link with anybody. Even if you transform him and you get him with the, what is Int Ultimate Gohan his best, or is SCR Ultimate Gohan his best partner?
I think it's Int actually.
Is it Int?
I think it's
Okay. That's who I brought in the video. So, even if you do that, like he loses Sand Lineage, which is arguably his best link in his pre-transform state, and he gets Int Fighter, which is like I think 5% attack on super attack or something like that, like maxed out, or is it 10%? I don't remember.
Let me do a quick look.
Yeah,
I think it's like I think it's attack and then minus defense on the enemy, which
which is kind of like okay, sure. He gets Shocking Speed, which is 2 key and 5% defense when maxed out. And then I'm blanking on the final link that he changes to, but he changes a lot of his links. The other links that he keeps that stays the same.
Power Stone by God, or is that before?
That's before. No, he keeps that.
He keeps that.
And that's a 10% attack or 5% on super attack?
10% attack on
10% on super attack. Okay. So
That's
I'll
what
give
I
you
was
that one.
saying. Used to
Right, and then there's two links, that are both defensive. It's like
Cold Judgment and All in the Family.
Yeah, which are both defensive links. So it's like, why? I can level those up and he'll be fine, but he's already tanking everything. So,
Doesn't
doesn't he get Same Warrior Race when he transforms?
yeah, he does. There's a 10%
he does.
attack.
And I believe he shares
a,
that with Int, so that's why.
Yeah,
I
he
think
does.
they're linking partners.
Infighter is a 15% attack link and then minus 15% defense on the enemy at level 10.
ugh, I've never
Yeah.
understood that.
It's the same thing that they did with Fear and Faith, because Fear and Faith literally is just the same key, and then that reduces defense of the enemy. It's like, okay, thanks. Like, I don't know.
I noticed that one. Yeah.
So so it's back to your point, and I agree with you. The issue really is like, you really want to just keep him in his base form, right? And you don't really want to transform him, right? So
I would say until the final turn, because in that video that I did, I let my Gohan and the friend Gohan go until around turn 20 or so.
Yeah.
I will admit, really love that little turn counter at the bottom of the screen now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I let him go to turn 20, and so mine with 2 dupes, equipment, all that fun stuff, linked up with Int Ultimate Gohan. He was hitting for around 7 million or his attack stat at least was 7 million. If he actually hit that, because again, the whole super effectiveness was only for 58% or above the HP for the enemy.
Yeah.
So that's just something to keep in mind for anyone who is, trying to take a look at the card.
Something else to note with the pre-transform versus post is I believe for pre-transformed, he has to get hit every single turn.
Yeah,
Whereas when post, I think it's only once and it's infinitely active, right?
Yep.
Yep.
You're absolutely correct. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's you can't deny that he hits hard, he defends well.
Oh yeah, no, there's absolutely no denying it. I'd say, like I stated before, in terms of TURs, he's the best of the best when it comes to that.
I just don't like the way he's been, like his kit, like in terms of like the way he plays. Just like Gresh, you made a great point. He's basically Piccolo 2.0. Yeah. So, and I love Piccolo, but I rarely, if ever, transform him. You know, because why not keep the stacking defense like forever? Yeah, I don't know. It's I've only used them like 2-3 times. I got to use them again for the rest of the week. Of course, there'll be showcases. Town's got him too, so there will definitely be videos out there. You'll definitely see him in his different scenarios. But as it stands, I still like as of today, I still like Cooler better, mostly because he has team cohesion behind him. Like the fact that it's a complete dichotomy, right? Because Gohan is the standing tall tower where he just by himself will finish the stage. But I like everyone supering or doing everything together. So like even if Cooler's not transformed and he's off rotation as a support unit, he's letting the blue fusions hit that 7-8 million attack stat. You know, that's a playstyle I personally like, so that's why I'm leaning more towards Cooler right now. But if you're just like, I need one unit to tank and destroy everything, well, that's Gohan.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and I mentioned that in a tweet of mine. It was like I made like a 7 post tweet about how, look, if you're somebody who prefers a unit that can just do it, you know, can do the attack and defending by himself, and you don't care about, and that's all you care about, that's totally fine. That's completely up to you. Nobody should judge you for that, and that's your opinion to hold and to say, you know what, this is my favorite card. This is the best card in my opinion. But I will say one thing, because I've been seeing this a lot, saying a lot of people claiming that Cooler cannot take a hit. And while I will admit that he cannot take a super attack on a lot of the harder events, if you get his length leveled up to level 10, okay, he can take double-digit damage on those harder events, aside from Extreme Super Battle Road. He is fine with taking a hit, okay? I am so tired of seeing that Cooler cannot take a hit.
I think thoughts for
go ahead.
Basically my concluding thoughts about this Gohan versus Cooler thing is that Cooler's gonna out age Gohan just because of the fact that there are gonna be better units that are one-man armies in the future than him, and they'll be on Cooler's team most likely because every unit is for some reason on his team. And Cooler's going to be supporting them, and Cooler's still going to be the supporting unit. And as a leader, I think these days you want to be a supporting unit as a leader because that's just the age
value
of the game that we're in, where you flip them off and they're still providing a lot to the team, even if they're not doing anything in terms of like actual damage. And you know, Gohan is insane right now, so I think at this moment I do like Gohan better because like he doesn't need a team, like he just does everything himself, and that's it. The enemy's they're just dead. Take 0 damage and you just win the game. But you know, 2, 3, 4 years from now, we're gonna get to a point where Gohan is taking damage and he is dying, and he's not doing the same amount of damage as other new units that are coming out in 3 years from now. But Cooler's still gonna be there supporting his team. And you know, that new, I don't know, Master Ultra Instinct Goku who comes out and he's for some reason he's on transformation boost. Guess what? Cooler's gonna be supporting him in the 3rd slot. So I don't know. I think at this point, Gohan I do like better. Just his impact is higher in the events, the harder events in the game. But in the future, I think Cooler's just gonna out age Gohan, age better than him.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
Absolutely agreed on that end. All right, so that's everything we need to say about Ultimate Gohan, right?
Yep.
All right, the Savior category.
Whew. Yikes.
Yikes, indeed. I think someone said like the concept of the Savior category is like they were they came in at the nick of time to like save them, but it wasn't like, oh, I saved the world or I finished off Boo or anything like that.
Oh, it's pretty clear on that one.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan of this this category at all. Yeah,
I will say, if you are trying to take on super tech using a super team, so using super tech in Extreme Super Battle Road, because of that Savior category, You can throw LR Oob onto Gohan's team, and he helps that team out so much because of that. So I will say that for the savior category, for its saving grace, that right there, it allows LR Oob to be on the same team as the this Ultimate Gohan, and he actually links up with him. He actually does have a revival with him.
Yeah, I was gonna say
pretty good. And then if you get, because most likely you're going to see Oob transform in Super Battle Road, because all you have to do is get below an HP threshold and he transforms automatically. And then he's changing orbs, which is helping the team overall. And he's greatly lowering attack on his super attack. So I will give the savior category a thumbs up just for that right there.
My question is, where is LR Piccolo?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did he not save Gohan? I guess Gohan would have lived anyway, huh? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
Yeah, again, Team A has been in charge of making categories, so it is what it is at this point. So,
pretty much.
All right. Anything else to say about savior category yet?
No,
Nah.
I feel like we've said this a million times. We don't need these categories in the game. Like, this is a nothing category.
Yep. All right, Kibito and Shin, the new side SSR card. I guess that's the best way to put it. Thoughts?
I think they're the third.
okay.
I think they're only the third regular banner unit with an active skill, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because it was Bardock, Gine, and then Trunks and Mai.
Yeah, and then I think they're the third one. I think they're really good. I like the design a lot because it's not something that's like, okay, 150% attack and even start a turn, then he guards against all attacks. That's the whole unit. Nah,
Yeah.
I actually like their design a lot. They're doing things that you usually wouldn't see units do, like stunning, healing, lowering attack and defense, sealing. Yeah, they're doing a lot of utility, which I actually really like.
Yeah.
And I wish they would do more of, instead of just, this guy just enters the battlefield and he's instantly like one-hitting everything.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the card. I don't personally have them, but based on what I saw when I translated it and then seeing the showcases on YouTube, I'm very impressed. They're definitely a side unit that you throw off rotation, obviously, but even sometimes I would even say you could keep them on rotation because of that whole stunning mechanic that they've got, and again, it's a lot of utility stuff. I'm actually very impressed with them.
I just wanted to test it out, so I took him on Realm of God Super Battle Road. I paired him up with Jiren, put him in the first slot, transformed, stunned, and then Jiren auto crit, and that was like a dead unit every time.
Yeah,
every
I can see
time.
that.
So yeah, again, I just like Goresh is saying, this has got a lot of utility, attack lowering, defense lowering, stunning, sealing. They have enough stats. 3 key, 150% attack and defense as a passive, so they can take a hit. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this unit, and I got to play it a lot more, and I got to make some showcases and whatnot. But yep, I'm pleased with how this one turned out. All right. West Kai, I just awakened her, so I haven't.
She's very good.
So,
very good.
From what I imagine, she is very good, right? So.
Yeah. I awakened West Kai last night, and I tested her out on Realm of God Super Battle Road. She did just fine. There was really no complaints. I mean, obviously, if you have 7 tech attackers somehow going against her, and they're all super attacks before she's able to get a super attack off, then yeah, obviously I think, anyone would die from that. But yeah, I mean, just get her super attack off, because more likely than not, she's going to be in the third slot.
Yep.
She's going to go off rotation. But she was supporting Realm of Gods. She was greatly raising her attack and defense for one turn. She was guarding for that turn. She was doing fine. She was doing exactly what she's supposed to, and I was very impressed.
So I guess now the question is, who, for Realm of Gods, how would you rate the supports?
I think West Kai's
between
one.
the big three, I'm assuming, or a big four. Is it four technically?
Okay, wait, let's list it. So we've got God Topo,
God Topo. Mm-hmm.
we've got Supreme Kai Time,
Yep.
Yeah, West Kai.
West Kai,
West Kai.
and
Gowasu and Zamasu.
Kawasu Zamasu, yeah.
Actually, let me pull up the list to make sure we're not forgetting anything.
I'm looking through my box real quick. Oh, Vados? In Vados? The new
Yeah,
one?
and Whis, I guess.
Does we support? the
Yeah,
team,
with
though?
Beerus, he's just very specific.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm talking just like if you just throw a bunch of different like, because Rebel Gods has all the hardest hitters, right? So just throw the hardest hitters who supports them the best. So I wouldn't count Whis personally, but I mean, if you want to, I think that's it.
I think that's
Yep.
in terms of the big boy, in terms of the big guys. I would say, yeah, I think that's it. But I don't. I feel like I need to test them out a little bit more. Because we haven't had really. I mean, God Topo literally just got his EZA, and then all of a sudden, boom, Weskai.
Yeah, and the same thing happened with Kid Buu. Like he was like, "Oh, he's the best support unit," and it's like, "Okay, Kid Buu just got off the link rework, and he's actually good."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say on paper, I think I like Weskai a little better. Or maybe me as the top one. Again, on paper, I need to test them all out still a little bit more. After that would probably be Supreme Kai of Time, then Topo, then Goasu and Zamos.
Yeah, where would you put Vados?
I don't actually have Vados, so
I would put her third personally.
you put her third. I need to read what she does again. She's the
So-
Imp one, right?
Yeah, so Universe 6, Realm of Gods, Siblings Bond, or Bond of Master and Disciple, 20% attack and defense. Meaning, if you are in all four, you get 80% attack and defense.
So how many?
really-
But how many? So if we're talking Realm of Gods, how many Realm of Gods characters are on all those categories?
I think it's just Beerus and then
Beerus
Champa,
is
right?
on. Beerus and Champa are on all of them. Yeah.
The question
Well,
is,
here's
how
the
many
thing
are on?
Your average Realm of God character.
The question is, how
maybe
many are on
two?
3? Because if you're on 3 out of the 4, then you're supporting more than any other support on the category.
That is true.
Right.
It's-
Yeah.
I think, in my
I don't
opinion, it goes Westkai's number 1, Topo's number 2, and it's very close. And
Yeah.
then for 3, I have Supreme Kai Time, and then 4 is Lados. Because I
Yeah.
don't know, Lados is difficult to assess. The only thing with Supreme Kai Time is that she seals, right? That's the big thing with her. I think
Yeah,
it's actually pretty
yeah.
valuable. And I think
Great-
that
she
pushes her
massively
over.
raises her defense.
Oh, we forgot Goasu and Zamasu. I think Goasu and Zamasu is also. Is he better than Supreme Kai Time?
I think Supreme Kai Time is better because she massively raises her defense for the turn. She seals, and then she gives 3 key automatically, attack and defense up 30%, and then a crit chance of 12%, and a super high chance of an additional 12% attack and defense. So while you do
the
have that
dodging is
RNG
so
in that
huge.
part, it's 30. You still get 30% attack and defense and 3 key automatically.
Yeah, the dodging on Goasu and Zamasu is really nice.
That
50%
is,
chance to
yeah,
dodge.
and I will admit that, yeah, the dodging from them is really nice. You get 70%
Anti-seals.
defense to allies,
And
anti-seals.
3
Yeah,
key. Yeah, I mean,
it's
you guys might
hard.
not
It's
agree.
really hard.
You guys might not agree with this list. This is my list. Weskai number 1, Topo number 2, Goasu and Zamasu 3, Supreme Kai Time is number 4, and then Vitals is 5.
Wait, the Gowasu, it's a high chance? Was that 70%?
No, 50%.
50?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Vados
Yeah,
dodges.
I pretty
she
much
seals,
agree with that list.
She dodges, she seals, she lowers attack as well. I mean, in terms of support, yeah, it's not as strong as the others, but she's got utility too. So I
And the
don't
thing with Weskai too is that Weskai actually does pretty good damage now that she has the attack plus 100%, and also she greatly raises attack for 1 turn. And
Yeah.
defensively, she's insane now because she gets 100%
She gets
defense
guard.
start of turn. She greatly raises defense, and then she gets guard. But the thing with her guard is, I believe it activates after the first hit. So
Yeah,
she gets
you
hit
get hit
once, and then the next
and then
hits-
guard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, but even that first hit is not going to be too bad because she's going to have like a lot of defense anyway. So once that guard activates,
it wasn't
like,
bad
you're
on my
him.
runs. She had, I mean, because again, you threw her in the 3rd slot, right? She's a support unit, so she had the 100% defense. She greatly raised that defense. She then got hit, and then after that, she would. I mean, she was already tanking just fine on that first hit, no matter what. But then the moment her guard activated, didn't even have to care. Did not even have to worry.
I agree. Yeah, put her at number 1, and then
Yeah,
Topo-
and I think I should alleviate this a little bit for everyone listening right now, or if you're listening to this in video format or podcast format later on, by us saying that, oh, Topo is only number 2 compared to number 1, that's not saying Topo's bad. Please do not take that as we're saying Topo's bad or something like that. Because I know, and I'm serious, because I see this across the community all the time, right? Oh, we say this person's number 2 or 3. You're calling them trash? What are you talking about? It's like, no, guys, no. They're really good. I mean,
Topo's going to be the hardest hitter out of these supports,
out
too.
of 3. Yeah.
Oh yeah, easily, yeah. And then because then you look at like the Zamasu and Gowasu, they're 2 key, 70% defense to all allies, and then they themselves have a high chance to dodge the enemy attack. And so if that's something you prefer to have over only 30% attack and defense from something like Supreme Kai Time or 40% from the West Kai or anything like that, then that's totally your choice. They're all amazing support units. They're all amazing support units. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Well, I just thought it would be an interesting discussion to see the supports of Realm of Gods, because of course they need more help, right?
Oh yeah, no, clearly they do. Yep. Worst team in the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why that MUI Goku's got to come out soon and really buff the team.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. I think it's going to be Vegeta when that comes out together with him.
Oh my god, yeah. The new free-to-play Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, I just awakened them. I haven't used them at all.
Haven't used them at all myself.
Yeah, I don't know anything about them. Which, by the way, guys, this update was huge. Like, there's still a lot of units we still have to talk about. But
the funny about this update is that it's actually bigger than Part 3 of the anniversary for Global. A lot of people are talking about that, which is true.
I think, based on just on paper, when looking at the card, the Great Saiyaman 2/1, because it's an exchange unit.
Yep.
The fact that they made the Great Saiyaman 2 part a special poses category support is nice. It's category key +2, stats up 30%. That's definitely nice and needed. I still think that special poses, no matter how much unless they really keep buffing it up and up and up every single celebration, maybe I'll change my mind, but I just don't see it advancing more than what it currently is. We get some support, which is nice, which can flesh the team out, and you can actually make a team from it. That's totally fine. But I don't think I can ever say that it's going to be a top tier team. Like one of the best teams. I just can't see it happening.
Well, it is starting to be a contender for best a top tier free to play team.
Yeah,
because they got the Rosie.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got this Great Saiyaman 2 and 1, 2/1, and then you've got the Rosie and Kakunsa, who are crazy together.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Right?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yes.
And then of course you've got the Ribrianne. So honestly, I think Special Pose is going to turn out to be a very good free-to-play team, contending with the Dragon Ball Seekers.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. They need a couple more.
Yeah, I think within like 3 to 6 months, when they start throwing a couple more units at it, we'll get that, and then you can actually start looking at like, okay, well, let's take a look at Dragon Ball Seekers, let's take a look at Special Pose, and see who comes out on this, right? So yeah, I haven't played with them. Obviously, they're more geared for Special Pose. I don't care for Special Pose at all. But if they keep buffing it with good free-to-play cards, that might be something that free-to-play players have to look at and be like, well, it's got to be one of the staple teams I have to run. So, yeah. Any thoughts, Gresh?
I don't know. I haven't actually seen any gameplay with them at all.
Yeah. I think DBZ World has this one single showcase, and I think Jinro has a showcase on them. That's all I've been able to find so far.
They're free to play, so they're not going to be like 7 million attacks that turn 1, but they're going to be good.
No. But I do agree with Nolar that in what they're hopefully potentially pushing out, that they could be a contender in the future for one of the best free to play teams in the game. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, they keep buffing the special pose category like every other update. Because they're just like, oh, category? All right, we're just going to keep making new units for it.
Yeah. Not like other Warriors needs it, right? Just
for World Tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, World Tournament.
All right. There's still a couple more units we have to talk about, but they're not out here, but prospectively in the data, Super 17 EZA.
Ooh, baby.
Dude, he's insane. What are they
Dude,
doing?
That dude is insane.
Yeah. Someone give us a quick rundown what the new Easy 8 does, and we can discuss it.
Trying to go off the top of my head. What is it? Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn on super attack now. Attack after you've been hit a bunch of times. Your total stats will be 150% attack, 70% mitigation, and target
3K.
Goku allies get 17% critical chance, 18%.
Yeah, and 3K from getting hit.
right.
Yep.
And,
So
and 3K for getting hit.
Yeah,
So
a
and then he
total of
gets 40% mitigation.
70% damage reduction, and he's also
Yeah.
greatly raising defense for 1 turn from his super attack.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
not gonna take
he's
damage.
nuts.
Yeah.
He's nuts.
Unconditional 70%, right? Once you build up his passive, it's unconditional. He never loses
Yeah,
it,
so it's
right?
40. It's 40. I mean, I guess the one thing to test out will be if you throw him into Extreme Super Battle Road, he doesn't get hits until after you've super attacked. What does he take on that first hit? Like, you've gotten the super attack off, so you've greatly raised your defense and you have 40% mitigation. What kind of damage are you taking? Other than that, though, like, get him hit a couple of times, that dude is gonna be fine. I mean, I saw showcases of him hitting 4 or 5 million attack stat, no problem. So,
Yeah, and also nobody talks about the crit that he's giving, but that's insane. 17%.
that is very good. Yeah, that's because a lot of the teams that he's on, you've got 1 or 2 Goku target categories on there. So
like that's like everybody getting an extra 8 crit from the potential system.
Yep. Yep, it's pretty crazy. Like the only thing that I will say, quote unquote, shaft for him, it has nothing to do with his EZA. It's him not getting big bad bosses, especially with the link update system.
Imagine
yeah.
if he had it.
Dude, if he had big bad bosses, like, holy crap. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think he'd be the best EZA if he had that.
Yeah, there's no question. So it's just unfortunate that they did not give him big bad bosses when his SR counterparts have it.
I think the reason
Yeah.
why they gave him insane EZA was because they knew he didn't have that.
I think so too. Yeah. Yeah.
And the question I have too is, now that we've seen this, like, what happened with Broly?
G-May.
Yeah. That
Tell me I'm
Broly.
wrong. Tell me I'm wrong on that one.
Jesus. No, you're not wrong. I think
I'm
you're
excited
right.
to see what they do for. I mean, honestly, I think the easy I'm most excited for is probably Int Kid Buu.
You know what? I'm the only person who was saying that for like 2 years. I'm like, I really want to see what Kid Buu is going to be doing after ZZ, and everyone's like, yeah, I don't know. And now it's like, oh yeah, now I really want to see.
I
And
think,
it's like,
well,
I've
okay.
seen this for like 2
The
years now.
reason, the reason I'm saying it now is not because it's Int Kid Buu. It's because of the link update.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
That is. Oh, okay. So imagine this, right? Like, would a lot more people be saying that if we never got the link update, right?
No, but I was the only one who
I can say
was.
100%. I would not be. I'd be like, okay, and Kid Buu. I mean, hopefully he gets defense and something, and he'll be super powerful. But now with that link update,
Yeah,
boy.
I mean, I was literally the only person who was like, people were asking like, who are you most excited for? I said Ink Kid Buu, and like, no, everyone was like, why? And now everybody's agreeing with me now that they want to see him the most.
He's gonna be nuts, man. That's
He's
for
gonna be
sure.
nuts, yeah.
I do want to see Int Gogeta to see how he dethrones the strength one now. That's what I'm curious to see.
You know what I want them to do? Because I don't want them to just the same thing with Janemba too. I don't want them to just be like, okay, this Gogeta is just gonna hit harder than the strength one, and he's gonna be better in every way, so that you're never gonna be using the other one.
Using
again.
strength one. Yeah.
Like I want them, yeah. Like I think it's perfect the way they set up physical and Ink Kid Buu, because they fulfill different roles, right? So
Yep.
physical Kid
Oh,
Buu is a support
exactly.
unit, and then Int is just a hard hitter and he heals, right? That's the difference. So for somebody like, I don't know, for Int Gogeta, maybe they don't really touch his offense, but they make him like stupidly good defensively. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with
maybe
that.
he gets some kind of support. Maybe he orb changes. I don't know. That's what I
Because
wanna see.
currently the STR one gets a bunch of extra attack with the rainbow orbs, right? I haven't used them in forever.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't
The
change
strength
orb.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
so
doesn't change orb.
maybe with the Int Gogeta, you get him to greatly raise his defense or something like that. You're not greatly raising the attack, but you're greatly raising the defense. He obviously is going to get, he's obviously going to become more powerful just because due to the stat
Stats.
increases and the SA increase. That's not even a question. And then I don't know, maybe for every rainbow orb, you get to give your allies defense, including yourself or something, you know? Again, I know that sounds very Broly Trio-esque, but I do agree with Koresh that they need to separate them a little bit. Otherwise, there's no point in using the other one, because that's what Injanimba did to STR, right? The moment Injanimba came out, there is no reason to use STR unless you're doing Super Battle Road.
Yeah, Super Battle Road.
That's the only reason that you would use STR over Int, because you literally can't. Otherwise, you use Injanimba all the time. There's no question about it.
Yeah, I would like to see in Gogeta, because I want to see him dodge. So like, I want him to be similar to like the AGL Super Saiyan Gogeta, where once he goes blue, he has a high chance to dodge. Well, make him have a percentage chance to dodge with every rainbow key sphere he gets, and let him change int orbs into rainbow, you know? And then maybe it's not just for him, maybe it's a dodge chance for the entire rotation. You know, that would be kind of cool. I don't know, just throwing ideas out there.
I want to see things like that happen too.
So, all right. So yeah, Super 17, it's crazy. When's that dropping, Talon? Like in a week?
When does it drop? I think it's the 11th.
Okay, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Don't quote me on that. I mean, it's in the game, guys. You'll see the date. So.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the next one.
Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I'm really curious to see what they do for him. I'm definitely curious to see what they do for him.
Yeah, me too. I think it's gonna be a super unit next, because they just did 2 extremes, right? I don't know if they want to knock out all the extremes first. I don't think it's gonna happen, but yeah, I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku's probably a good bet. Maybe Gotenks. I don't know.
Yeah, I think him or Gotenks probably is next.
Well, yeah, assuming we get we in the 350, right? That's the next biggest celebration. You said that in the download celebration, we're not getting we didn't get an easy A, we got an easy area last year, right? So if we skip that, I mean, Janemba super strength was, I don't know. I could see us getting if we're going to super unit, I think it would be Gogeta, honestly, but that's just me.
I don't know. I feel like Gogeta, they'd probably wait for a special time, just because it's Gogeta.
Yeah, that's true.
Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. You know, they might end up doing them both at the same time, the Super Saiyan 4s. I don't know.
Well, I can imagine. So this is my thought: is if we have 6th year, man, we're almost at 6 years. 6th year anniversary and it's GT themed, then I would see both easy A's right there.
Yep.
Just real quickly, guys, as a side note, I did make a mistake on Super 17's EZA. It's on the 4th of August, so it's actually in a couple days.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, I was sorry about that. I was off on the date.
Wait, is that the same as which we're gonna talk real quick here? The Tech Buff Boo, the West Kaizord, or South Kaizord?
That should be about the same time. If not, he's on the 11th, which is the week after.
Because he awakened from Buhan medals, I think.
It's Buhan's EZA, so you have to go back in, use stamina to grind the coins again and all that stuff.
Do you have the info for Buff Boo's EZA offhand?
I have it.
Yeah, okay. Correct has it. Yeah.
So his super attack is raises defense for 1 turn at the Supreme, and greatly lowers defense. And then the passive is Ki +3, attack plus 100%. And he gets an additional attack and defense boost up to 100%. But the more HP the remaining, the greater the boost. And then reduces damage received by 20% when HP is 80% or more. And he recovers 5% HP at the end of a turn in which attack was received. Okay. So he's going to be hitting hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's an EZA. Didn't be expecting anything less.
But, I mean, this guy has, like, all the Majin links and big bad bosses.
Yeah. So just have fun with the grind to level 10 links, and then you'll be good to go.
I started. It's going. I like that card. I mean, okay, I started playing when Buhan came out, so he was one of the first cards I awoken at the time. So I have a special place for him in my heart. I'm like, I really want to see him get an EZA, and he did. And so I will be showcasing that first thing when it's out. But yeah, I really like that Tech Buff Boo. It just sucked because like he needed to be 99% or below before his passive activated. Like before he gets his easy, that's the problem. And then like because of the Majin team, I never got below 99% HP. I was always at 100%, and then he heals. So the interesting thing is they gave him the damage reduction if he's 80% HP or above. Most people would be like, why isn't it the other way? Why isn't it 80% or below his damage reduction? And it's because the Boo team, which is where you're pretty much going to use him on, they're going to heal nonstop, right? So for the most part, you're going to be at 100% or close to 100% all the time. So you're giving him that extra damage reduction. It's like better that way. So anyways, anything else to say about him? Just a quick preview, but
yeah. I'm glad they're still doing the those side units. I know there's still a lot that have to be done still, but they just haven't forgotten about him.
We're waiting for Finn Shenron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want him. Yeah, that dude needs an EZA like now.
Why it take long? He's probably one of the next ones, honestly, because he came out after Gohan did, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he would be next actually.
Yeah, that would be about the right time. Weekend tickets. This is some of the new stuff I kind of glossed over. We got weekend tickets, Talon?
Yeah. It's just like last year. Basically, starting this upcoming Monday, Monday through Friday, you log in, you get a ticket automatically. You can only summon on the banner during the weekends. And during the weekends, there will also be some additional side missions to snag a couple extra tickets. That's not much. The banner is a typical ticket banner. There's no Dokkan Fest units on it. There are some LRs in there that are unfeatured, and it's going until August 22nd, 23rd, one of those 2 days, whatever that Sunday is, 23rd, and that's
all
it.
Right. So we get a couple weekends. A
couple weekends for some ticket banners, and again, you can only do the summons on the weekend.
Yeah.
So
okay. Double rates coming up in a couple weeks, featuring Oceanus and Launch. I imagine since they're featured, they're gonna get an awakening.
Probably.
I'm really interested in seeing what Launch's awakening is.
Yeah, Launch is already a pretty good card. Yeah.
I really want her to become a transforming unit, really bad.
I mean, Peppy Gals, like they've still been secretly like one of the top teams, right?
Yeah, they're a very good team.
Especially,
that's it.
Yeah, they don't have a proper leader. I mean, the only real big lead is the Ribrienne de Chateau, right? 120.
Well, I mean, Launch is a pretty good leader. She's 100% stats, 3 key.
Okay, well, it's a good side lead if you needed it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do with it. And I mean, Peppy Gals. All right, we'll see. And again, so next week, World Tournament, right, Talon?
Oh, real quick before we move on. By the way, if Launch gets a Dokkan Awakening, that's going to be a huge buff to the Dragon Ball Saga team.
Oh, that is true.
That's
Let's
true.
have those Dragon Ball Saga links. She has incredible adventure and guidance to the Dragon Balls.
Oh yeah.
World Tournament. I believe it's is it next week or the week after?
August 7th. That should be Friday, right?
It's Friday. Yep, it's upcoming Friday.
That's what
So
the Trunks, right, from the reward.
yeah,
Bojack Trunks.
Bojack movie Trunks, which honestly is probably my favorite look for him. But yeah, whatever that Trunks is gonna do, we don't know yet. And then obviously, LR Demon King Piccolo is still the local LR because he is still pretty new.
Yeah, we might have Global got him sometime soon. This year, this century.
Hey, Goresh, it sounds like you want Demon King Piccolo. I mean, I'm just taking a wild guess here.
My second favorite villain.
But yeah, that's basically it for the World Tournament. I think most people nowadays, they simply do the mission points. They'll snag their one free copy of Trunks, or at whatever World Tournament card happens to be it during that time. Most people, I think, get the one LR copy because of the global ranking. Is you have to be top 100 in your global ranking, or is it 150 or something?
I don't
and you're good to go,
remember.
basically. So,
Well, I have 2 dupes or 1 dupe? I can't remember. I haven't been playing World
I got
Tournament
1
very
dupe
hard.
in the Demon King Pickle. I mean, no dupes, he's already really good. So 1 dupe, he's doing great. 2 dupes, I'm sure he's gonna be a beast.
Yeah. Oh, I've only got 1 dupe. We'll see if I go hard on this World Tournament or not. I'm just over it now.
Yeah, same.
So, all right. That's it for JP. We had a big update, big patch of stuff to go over. Anything else you guys want to talk about JP? Otherwise, we can head to questions.
Nah, I think that's about it. Garush?
Probably don't summon on any banner because
Yeah, we got 350 coming up, so.
that's my advice.
Yeah. Again, if for the Gohan banner, it's like a 6 out of 10. So it's like not the worst banner I've ever seen, but nor is it like good, super good value at all. So if you're free to play, or you spend minimally, I would absolutely skip this banner. Even though Gohan, again, as we talked about, is super great. In terms of the most bang for your buck, this is not it.
Absolutely.
All right.
100%.
Brad, you around? Maybe.
Maybe, no?
I was gonna ask him if there's donations that we need to get through first before we do questions.
That's him. It's fine.
All right. Well, let me take a quick look at Twitter, and we can get started on questions. Okay, here we go.
There he is.
Well, I just
We're
want to make sure
asking
we.
for donations if possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, cool. I think it wasn't working on OBS. Let's see. We had $5 from Daniel. I appreciate you, dog. Do any of y'all think Ult Tech Gohan is the best unit in the game over LR UI Jiren or LR Blue Fusions? So would you put him as the best?
No.
No.
For a TUR, he's good. Is he up in that tier of like those LRs? I don't know. I still got the testing to do. So for right now, I'm gonna say no.
Okay, for sure. Again, thank you for the $5. Appreciate you, dog. Then we got Never Gonna Gin You Up. I like that name a lot.
That's a good name.
He was just, I don't think it was actually officially a question. I think he was just correcting something. Super 5 was an error by the data miners. I don't know if you guys know. That was a little while back.
Oh, might have been. We were talking about that. So if it was an error, then yeah, okay.
Yeah, and those are the only 2 ones. And then Wesley donated $5. I appreciate you, dog. He was just saying he stopped playing Legends. That was it.
Well, that seems to be the theme these days.
This is where we're going. So do you guys want to jump?
Oh,
Do you got Twitter or what do you want to do?
Oh yeah, we got Twitter, so we'll do another like 15 minutes of Twitter, and then we'll see where we go. If you had to guess when MUI Goku would be released, when would it be, and who do you think he'd be released with, assuming it's a dual Dokkan Fest?
Anniversary, but not this one.
So 7th year?
7th year.
But that would be iconic, right? 7th year, the top of the Dragon Ball Super anime.
Yeah, I personally still think that year 6 is gonna be GT themed. Probably finally when we're gonna see a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So yeah, I guess Mastered UI Goku would probably be year 7, or maybe 400 million download celebration. I don't know. It's hard to say, but probably year 7.
Okay.
Oh, and he asked who would he be along with?
Yeah,
Like,
dual
who would be
Dokkan
the-
Fest.
Probably Vegeta.
Yep.
Evolution Vegeta.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think Vegeta.
You think they're gonna release anything but a Vegeta? That's hilarious.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Because I think, as much as we'd like to think LR Full Power Jiren, a Dokkan Fest version would be good, they just released him as a legendary summon banner. So
Yeah,
I
this
think
too. His initial release was alongside the Dokkan Awakening for UI Goku, so he didn't even really get his own like standalone Dokkan Festival.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Well, I guess this is kind of leaning right into that. Since people were speculating for 6-year, we get MUI with full power Jiren, but of course, Jiren came out as a regular summon. What unit do you think what unit do you think would go with MIUI Goku? This guy says he wants to see a transforming Angel Frieza into his Golding form.
That'd be cool.
Wait, as like the banner unit?
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll actually fly.
That'd be a Dokkan
I mean,
Fest
we
exclusive.
had Int Angel Golden Frieza as a standalone Dokkan Fest, so
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, you got a good point. Okay.
Like Gohan and Piccolo dual unit? I don't know.
What do you guys personally like more, TU or LR, and why?
You are.
Not.
you are. Yeah, you are. Not even a question. Not even a question.
Yeah, I do too.
Personally, mostly because they're easier to pull. Mostly, but in general, they just, I don't know. LR is. I've had a weird relationship with LRs. It's just like it's been really like sought after because it's super rare in the beginning, but now it's just so common.
I think the not so much exclusivity, but the difference in power, like we were talking about this earlier, between TWAR and LR is basically non-existent anymore. Like you have TWARs that are just as good, if not better, than a lot of the LRs that exist. So like, what's the point of LRs? And the only point or purpose that they exist is that I can think of right now is that they're just there for the illusion that they're rarer, right?
Yep.
So that it lets them get away with making their rates lower.
Yep. No, I 100% agree with that.
And like again, like it gives off the illusion that like, oh my god, like this LR, like this is an LR we're talking about. It's not an ordinary TUR, so it must be a lot better. It must be just more of like a flashy thing, more of a status thing.
It's. I mean, think about it. The LR logo itself is more flashy than a UR logo, so I think that's 100% true.
No, I agree with you. I mean, that's the whole point, right? It's a new rarity, but it's really not that much better, if you ask me. Like, especially now, look at this Gohan, right? And before that, I would have made the case for Beerus or Cooler, right? Like those units, while not initially they're like right at the same power level, they can get there, right? They can get there and surpass them even further. So, yeah, I personally like TURs, but the name of the game now is every big celebration, dual Dokkan Fest, like, 350 million downloads, those are going to be LRs. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
Unfortunately, yep.
So, Super Saiyan Rose DB Dr. B Games says, what new modes would you like to see in Dokkan? Okay, so some obvious ones in my head is why don't we have a tried and true, like, I mean, it's gonna sound terrible, but not exactly like the adventures where you have to, in Legends, where you have to log in every hour, but it's something along those lines, like a 4-hour, 8-hour adventure to send your units to do something so you can gain more resources passively. That I wouldn't mind.
What are you guys' thoughts on like some new game modes in Dokkan that we don't have?
Up to 1.0.
Resh. Good.
No, I mean, I don't really have any particular ones in my head. As long as they start trying new things, like they did with Chain Battle, I think that's a cool concept. It's not something that's too over the top. It doesn't take that long to do it. It gives good rewards. I don't know, stuff like that that just keeps you logging in every X amount of hours, days. Just something to do when you're like traveling. Let's say you're taking a bus somewhere. You're like, okay, let me do a Chain Battle round or something. That's why I think Dokkan is still like doing as well as it does, is because it doesn't take much thought to just log in and play.
Yeah.
So things like that like you can just log in and do every once in a while, like stuff like Chain Battle, like I just said, I think is good. But I don't have any specific ones in my head right now that I'm thinking about.
Okay. So I definitely agree with Gresh's points. I mean, Chain Battle, you can log on for 5 minutes, and I see a lot of people calling it the friend whale mode now. Even if you don't get the top 2-3%, if you can hit the top 5-7%, you get 2 to 3K of that currency coin for the chests to randomly get skill orbs. I mean, keep in mind it's all random no matter what. That still gets you a lot of skill orbs, and then just doing those daily missions and then the missions that are there, because a lot of it's just cumulative. There are a couple missions that are just in one hit. Can you hit this damage stone? And maybe an average player won't hit that, but overall, you're still getting quite a bit of the currency, and you can just do chain battle in like 5 minutes in the day, and that's it. And it's only around for a week. Which is pretty nice. In terms of a new mode, I kind of agree with Nolar. I would like some kind of passive thing like Adventures from Legends, not to the extent I think that they do it.
Yeah.
Or at least making those missions where it's like, gain this X amount of the currency from Adventures and you finally will get this 50 CC or whatever. I think it's actually 100, but regardless. Something along those lines I definitely would think would be cool. Maybe like a 3-hour type adventure thing, or maybe even 4 or 5 hours where you don't really have to care about it that much. You send 3 or 4 characters out and you just get some items back, get some medals, maybe a couple of the meat items for stamina, maybe if you're super lucky, you get a dragon stone or 2, and that's about it. It's not meant to be huge and be like game changing and, if you do it consistently, you're going to get tens of thousands of dragon stones, but just some kind of something on the side,
Yeah, I the reason why I suggested is because newer players, because I start that global account, right? And I'm just playing like 3 times a day. Whenever my stand bar is always full, just whenever I can get in. But I'm always missing like Supreme Kai medals, Elder Kai medals to like awaken units. And besides of like actually using a stage to farm them, it'd be nice to be like, well, I'm gonna play this casually like a mobile game and put it down for 8 hours. Why don't I send out like a team to get me potentially an Elder Kai medal? God damn, those things are so hard. I just realized how bad it is when you're starting out again. But yeah, so like that's why I suggested it, because having something passive, and I completely forgot about the meat, right? Like that's the kind of the one thing about this game is the stamina takes forever to come back. If you can give me some meat to refill some stam, I play in the game longer, right? And that's what they want.
Yeah,
but yeah,
definitely.
Okay. If we get Kefla before 350, what do you guys think they'll do to replace Beerus and Android 13? Wait, was Beerus on Kefla banner?
Yeah, so was 13. No, Beerus wasn't on it.
No, Beerus was on it. 13 was on it.
Yeah, 13 was on it.
I think 13 will come back, even though it seems a little bit weird because he came back before Cooler, but I think they're going to do it because no one cares about him.
I mean, if they could replace him, you think they would replace it with Cooler or Gohan?
I mean, if they replaced it with Cooler, people are going to summon.
Yeah, I mean, that was the original plan for 5th year, right? It's like keep Cooler on the Beerus banner, but no.
Yeah, but that made 0 sense. Why they did that, so I don't know.
You didn't want transforming Vegeta for the gazillionth time?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, I
know that's Nolar's favorite character right now.
Who? Oh, Transforming Vegeta? Oh god, dude, I have PTSD. Like, okay, you remember the AGL blue, Super Saiyan blue Vegeta? He almost looks like the same pose, like the Transforming Vegeta. So when I was pulling, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I could just pull Transforming Vegeta again. And I just, in my head, I knew like, okay, he's not on the banner, so why the hell would he be here? But I've seen him at least 30 times in the Tanabata, on the Blue Boys banner, and I'm over it. Ugh. Okay, this one's actually kind of related. We kind of talked about it, but the download celebration is Boo-based. Do you think it will be easier for LR Hercule, or do you think they'll go in order and give it to the AGL LR androids first?
I want it for Hercule.
Okay. Well, who needs it more, Hercule or the androids?
Hercule. Play a lot.
I mean, both of them do, but I would definitely say Hercule, because at least the LR androids, I mean, if you're, I guess, one of the few people that still uses them, the LR androids have pretty good teams, whereas Hercule, yeah.
Okay. Oh, do you think Hercule could get an easy A? Or easy? Yeah.
Oh, no, he's still kind of new. He came out with Boo, right? The STR Boo.
Yeah. And he but didn't he? Did he Dokkan Awaken, or was it?
He Dokkan Awakened.
Yeah, but with STR boot medals.
Yeah. So the I think isn't that just Majin Buu? The Buhan medals? No, I think it's new. I think it's the same event, but it's different medals. Yeah.
Okay. I guess we also kind of talked about this. Do you think they'll bring new chain battle for 350 million?
If it's
No.
on global, then maybe.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think timing doesn't work out, right? Because JP just got it, right? We just did the week of chain battle. Okay, but we had it now. When was the last time we had it? Like a month ago? 2 months ago?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they want to do something special for it. Maybe they could even release it honestly for global, and then just be like, oh, special edition, that global release of Chain Battle and versions. I don't know.
Or they could just literally release it for global and not give it to JP.
Yeah. Like,
You know, hey, it's like, hey, global. Here's a Chain Battle and Extreme Super Battle Road, and JP, you got nothing.
yeah, they could.
They could.
All right, let me see what else. Okay, we talked about a couple of these. I guess this is a good speculative question. Do you think Dokkan's going to further improve Extreme Realm of God category? Like a LR Fuse Zamasu, or like Int Rose and Zamasu that fuse after multiple hits kind of thing?
It's tough because what else do you even put on there? Like we have like the Rose, Goku Black, Zamasu. Like what other extreme Realm of Gods units are there? Characters from the series. Like who else goes on there?
Yeah, I don't think anyone else, right?
Yeah, it's honestly kind of limited.
I mean, they could do another like. Well, they could. I mean, Goku Black and Zamasu card combined instead of Rose, like the Tech Rose and Zamasu. They could just do standard Goku Black and.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is that it's just literally going to be variations of Zamasu, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, let's see if I can get a couple more. Are you guys tired of stacking units? Oh, that's a good question.
Not really.
I think, I mean, I guess I would have said this a little bit differently before Gohan, but I mean, I think the thing is that most stacking units are meant to be used on the longer events, you know? And because until Gohan came out, we never had any units that guarded and greatly raised attack and defense that stacked, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you try tricking a stacking unit into Super Battle Road, you know, they're doing okay depending on what stage you're on, but ain't doing well in Extreme Super Battle Road. So they're definitely made for those longer events. You take them onto the longer events, obviously, where they're going to continue to stack that attack and defense over and over again. They're doing fine, right? They're tanking everything basically.
Yeah. The thing is, like, we've gotten so many stacking units, and I kind of agree what he's saying is that it's kind of skewed my expectation of a unit. You know what I mean? So if a unit doesn't have a stacking attack, it feels really weird to take them on a long event. Which then, you actually feel the time. Like instead of a 15-minute run, it's like a 25-minute run, because now you actually, you know, your 2 million attack set is only going through for 900k because of the massive damage reduction that the bosses have, right? So, it's not like I'm tired of it, but it definitely, from his perspective, I have noticed that I've skewed my expectation of a card. It's like, oh, it doesn't stack well, it's not going to be good for this long event. No, that's not the case. It's just going to take you another 10 minutes to finish the event, you know? So, yeah. That's why I'm expecting when this new, if I know it says Super 5 was like incorrectly data mined, but if it was like a new difficulty coming, what if they came out and said, oh, you're defense stacking? I'm just going to wipe all your defense stacks. And now you're back to your base form or whatever. And then I still hit you for 250k. Like, that's the challenge I want to like see personally. But again, this is the rainbow guy saying, "Oh, I want to see them like wipe out my team." So, okay, I think we need another one or two, and then we'll call it. Okay, so Kawhi asks a good question here. Do you expect anything huge coming in the future, given how Tech Ultimate Gohan is far from being a quote-unquote balanced unit, or do they buff him to give reasons for players to pull him?
I think both.
Probably both, yeah.
Yeah, I think like we talked about earlier, like there's no way they just made him this good for no reason. Like he doesn't have to be this good to be dominant. They just were like, okay, why don't we just, I don't know. It's like the Gogeta. I don't know if you guys remember this, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, like the meme card where he literally is just like everything's a joke about him and he killed everything. That's what it would have felt like. Like, why would you even make this guy this good? Like, there's no event in the game that could even do anything against him. So there has to be something else coming. Like, there's no way there's not.
Yeah, I agree with you. I also think, to his second point, like, is it they did make him this good so people can pull? Because everyone's been asking for a good Gohan for a long time, right? And I also feel like they purposely made him this good so people would be happy to pull him, so they would spend their money and their stones to get him, you know?
Yeah, it can easily be a 350 download, you know, quote unquote bait banner, you know, like, you know, okay, how do we get, you know, if you've been playing the game for a decent amount of time, you probably know that a download celebration is coming at the end of August, and we're about to reveal this Ultimate Gohan. How do we get people to spend their stones so that even if they don't buy right now, they'll buy during the celebration? How do we do that? Oh, we make the card super busted, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a combination of everything. They want it to sell, plus something else is coming along the horizon. I just don't know. We just don't know what it is.
Probably.
And final question, before we take a break and head into Legends. Will Talon and Goresh ever make a collab video together where they only flex their Japanese?
I've done it with Jinro before.
Yeah, I think you did that with Shinro, didn't you? You spoke nothing but Japanese.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for whenever. It's just, I don't know if Goresh finds this, but I find trying to speak Japanese with other, I say foreigners because I live here in Japan and I am a foreigner, but trying to speak Japanese with other non-Japanese is actually harder than it is. It's I don't know what it is, but like I don't know. Goresh, any weigh in on that?
The bad part for me is doing subtitles.
Oh
Yeah.
the subtitles.
Yeah, that must suck. Well,
I do not want to do that.
yeah. Brad, I think we got a dono. Let's see, is it related to Dokkan? Hell says for $5. Stop playing the World Tournament music. It's giving me Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah, we didn't use Craig this time either, so audio is going to be
Yeah.
all types of wonky.
Yeah,
why didn't we use them?
we just forgot. Oh,
Yeah, we rushed
literally
into
forgot.
it. I just remembered after the fact.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you can use them for Legends at least.
Yeah, we could do that.
You're
But
not
I'll
putting
leave.
that.
No,
What's
I
that?
would do it halfway through. Now that it's done, it's too hard to
Yeah.
edit halfway through.
Yeah, I might as well just leave it as is. All right, guys. I guess that calls it for now. For Dokkan, we're going to take a quick 5-6 minute break here. You know, go to the bathroom, get a drink of water, or get a drink, and we'll see you guys back in a bit. If Brad's around, so he can, you know, get everything situated here.
We're muted?
I'm here.
Yeah, hold on. I was like, "Where's Brad?"
Just mute us, Brad. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break.
Yeah, just mute us, buddy.
No, it's not moving yet. Hold on. There we go. We're good.
Oh, wait.
Okay, we are back. We are joined by Indukuba. Say what
Hello,
up, dude.
everyone. Hello. How y'all doing?
I mean, everybody's been a little toxic tonight, but we'll say they're doing good, I guess. That's fine. It's
Okay,
been-
let's try and make this Legends portion as least toxic as possible.
I don't know if that's possible, man.
I was like, so we just talking about Dokkan again, or what's up?
No, we'll talk about Legends, but we'll talk about the good things that Legends has done. How about that?
Yeah, no, I'm done. Hey, dude, there's actually a lot of good things. It's just they reverse a lot. We've done so many good things in the past that it's hard to look at the new things they do and say that's good. That's my biggest problem with Legends is like we've had the winning formula a couple times in like 10 different spots, and they're like, let's change it. And it's like, no, we didn't need to change it. Like that's my biggest issue. But
Yeah, I'm going to specifically be very positive this podcast. So.
I don't think I've ever heard a positive thing from Goresh, but we'll give it a shot.
Okay, that's a lie.
Okay, about Frieza, fine. I've heard a lot of positive things about Frieza. Not much else. But anyway, so what's the topics for tonight? I gotta jump back on Discord. I had it closed because of the music. So
Yeah, no,
let's,
it's good. Basically, new units, right? Yellow Turles, green Super Saiyan Goku. Go ham, boys.
You guys can start out then if you want to. We already discussed it a tiny bit in that break.
I'll lead off because like literally this happened like 2 minutes ago. That new Goku though, he's literally, in my opinion, a great unit. I just got done fighting. I believe it was Future or Gaki, one or the other. Yeah, Vegito Blue didn't stand a chance against Goku at all. Like I literally annihilated him in like I think like 3 seconds. It was absolutely glorious. Like I think he brings something to the table where I don't think he's the best unit in the game, but in terms of like Vegito Blue as of right now, even though Vegito Blue is still a monster, he kind of like keeps him at bay a little bit. Like I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way.
I think something that he does really well is the fact that he draws a strike card means that even if you're comboing with somebody else, and let's say they switch into Vegito, you can then go into Goku and you at least know you're going to have one strike card available.
I love
he
that
draws
so much. That strike card is so good.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they added the the special move damage into his strike card itself and not like into his passive, because what that does is that frees up like other if he had that part of his unique, like he would be replacing something else. Like that frees up space for him to be doing other stuff in his uniques already. So I feel like that was a good choice by them. It kind of reminds me of Kefla, where Kefla gets like the damage, but it's through her strike card usage, not actually part of her unique abilities.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
So
So,
I think that's
Kefla's a double-edged sword in my opinion, because like sometimes I don't want 4 strike cards. Like it's like sometimes I want to have a blast card, and I know I'm always gonna only have strikes when she comes in. So it's nice to have Goku who can like change him over with a green card if I got that. Plus, if you put him with that Vegeta, I can't talk enough about that Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. He's probably risen to like my top like 5 units in the entire game. The purple one that just came out like a month ago. Like he is phenomenal. With this Goku, you draw in 2 cards the second you drop in. And being green, plus he can give you some ki if you want a super to hit Vegito Blue. Top tier unit support too. But that I've been loving that personally. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys have been running that Saiyan team specifically, or what's your guys' Saiyan team been?
I haven't tried him on Saiyans. I've tried him on movies. I'm going to do a trial run of him and Turles together on movies. I think that could work okay. Something else to talk about is, we don't talk about this right now, but the fact that his super is teachable to Shallot.
No, it's a good super too. Like it's good in a lot of ways. So super Shallot. I mean, Shallot was wrecking. We watched that. There was that one kid on Twitter that put up where he had like 4 of the supers, and he just dominated the other guy's team. Like it's ridiculous.
I want to thank you for reminding me. I'm going to actually teach that to Shallot right now. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's only the second special move with Blast Armor that you could teach. I think the first one was like Shoe Guest or something. I don't remember.
Oh, if it's Shugesh, you'd remember, bro. Like, if it's only Shugesh. Like,
the only reason why is because I think we were doing a stream and somebody mentioned that.
What's it called? No, one thing, who was it? I think it was Big Dick Raditz from Reddit. And I was going to say Dig Bick, but I don't want people to get confused. But yeah, Big Dick Raditz putting out, like, I do kind of wish that instead of, like, this Goku being the green one, I kind of wish that God Goku had been green. I think it would have countered Vegito Blue a little bit better, or this guy had strike swapping. I kind of would have liked that a little bit more personally. Could have taken away one because that would have really countered Vegito Blue, and I would have liked that. But I mean, I really have no complaints. I've actually been having a little bit of fun in PvP minus lag. Like, lag is still just going to be the death of me in this freaking game, man. Like, until that gets fixed, like, yeah, you get matched with good people, and they don't really DC, and if they do, it just goes to a drop. That's great. But, like, if I can't play the game still, it's just, I don't know. It'll never feel quite great until that point. But I'm having a lot more fun than I was having. That's for damn sure. Like, since this Goku came out.
Well, I'm actually thinking, because you mentioned, I'm assuming like the red Super Saiyan Blue Goku that dropped like a while ago, right?
Yeah, with Vegeta,
Yeah. I mean, him being a green unit would honestly be fantastic for like a multitude of reasons. But do y'all really think that they, like, if the option was there, do you guys think that they would have went through with it? Because I mean, we still do have like, you know, Zenkai Beerus. Vegeta is still like.
I agree with that. He'd have too many buffs to be a god. 100%, I agree with you. Like, and he doesn't have a place on the team. That's why they made him red, I imagine. But he's really good as red, that says a lot in this meta. That he's super good as that. But it's like, like I said, I kind of wish they had not given him this strike swap in then, if they were going to keep him red, and then give it to this green Goku. I would have liked that a lot more. But it really doesn't seem to matter too much. It doesn't like impede this Goku from being good or anything like that, you know?
Yeah.
One thing I actually do like about this Goku also is the fact that he has that purple Goku black thing where he just constantly gets stronger every time he takes damage. And it even works off of like tap blast and stuff. It's the exact same wording, where I think it's like after enemy attack is over or something. So literally anytime he takes damage, he instantly gets like, I think it's, what is like 30% more damage or 40%, something like that.
I'm checking out right now.
So he can like ramp up really high in terms of damage in a short period of time if you can make use of that, which is entirely dependent on your opponent, but it's a nice thing that he has that.
Let me see. Restores key, 25% strike damage inflicted.
Should be his second unique.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Restores on health by... We're talking about this green Goku, right? Or the red Goku.
The Super Saiyan Green Goku.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I don't see. Applies the following effects after enemy attack is over. Restores ki by 25. 50% to strike damage inflicted for 15 counts. Reduces damage by 30% for 10 counts. That's pretty wild. I didn't even realize it was that good.
Yeah.
You get 25 ki back on a tap attack?
Yep.
Damn. All right, well, I've been running Turtis a lot, so I'll start running him a lot more then. Like...
Yeah, I think personally I do like the Goku a little bit better than Turles. But that's mainly because I feel like he can fit on more teams more comfortably than Turles can.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's going to have Sun Family, he's going to have movies, he's going to have... Turles is just movies, that's it. Like, he's Saiyans as well.
But Saiyan.
Yeah, I agree. He is Saiyan too. As I said that, I was like, nah, he's definitely Saiyan as well. But Goku being Goku will always make him fit more places, I think. Like, and Turles might look like him, but...
Yeah, okay, so the thing about Turles is he doesn't really fit too well on movies because the entire team is strike-based, and that's a big problem with his kit and his design. But I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to expand on, you know, what you can actually do with the movies team. Because it's not going to forever be relegated to just strike. Like, you're eventually going to have blast units on there at some point. So I think Turles is kind of being used as like the first... bridge between the first bridge between like the strike and blast team. So we're eventually going to get more blast units for the team, and then guess what, you're going to be using them alongside Turles, and then you're going to have an actual usable blast based movies team, which we haven't had in a year and a half or something. Like, it's been a long time.
Hey, too long.
Dude, it's crazy how far movies fell. Sorry to cut you off, Naz, you good.
Oh, you're fine.
What were you saying? I was just saying it's crazy how far movies has actually fallen. Like, when you use movies, I still see Bojack and Gohan as like good, and then I use them and I'm like, ooh, all right. Like, haven't gotten wrecked in a little while. I got you. Like wrecked. But I don't know. I guess I thought Turles was gonna solve movies' problem, and he is just not a replacement for Gohan. Like, in my opinion.
No, not even close. I think Gohan is still overall, he's a better fit for the movies team right now. And he's doing more with his kit. Like, Turles is fine. His supporting is good, but keep in mind his supporting only lasts for, I think, 60 counts. And once he does get his ult off, which I think is his biggest weakness, is the fact that you need to get that off for him to be good. Like, he's doing good damage, but that's really it. He's not tanking at all. He's not.
But having those stipulations is what makes it bad. Gohan has no stipulations. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He just goes straight. He just goes ham from the minute you put him out there. Either he's tanky or he does a butt ton of damage. Like, he's got both aspects to him. Like Gohan's still ridiculous to this day. He fits him and Goku on a Sun Family team is still really, really good. Actually, you chuck in like Purple Zenkai Gohan, that's a pretty decent team. But I don't know. I was hoping Turles. Like the second I saw he was yellow, I was like, this man's got to be a beast, dude. Like he's got to be ridiculous to say Gohan's worse than him, because Gohan's still in like the top probably 20 units, including LFs. I'd probably still put him up there, honestly. He does the damage. Bojack's falling behind because he's too predictable, but...
The problem I have with Bojack is that he's so squishy. Like, he takes so much damage. And Kid Goku is in, like, every other match, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Bojack would actually be much more useful if he had a little bit of defense. Movies didn't even really have a very good defensive unit that could also do damage up until... Like, they had the green Spirit Bomb absorb Goku, and he's good at defense, but his offense is terrible.
Yeah, he gets a lot of hate.
Bojack
like,
is still good. Like, obviously, his cover change is always going to be good, but in terms of, like, his usefulness overall, like, defensively, he doesn't cut it at all. Offensively, he's still good. I feel like he still does a lot of damage, and his main ability is actually pretty good because it allows you to extend the combo out. But... I don't know, man. Something about his... if the enemy correctly predicts when you're going to switch to him and they drop the combo and they get you in a combo with him,
You're
like
done.
he's taking like 30% damage per arts card, basically.
Yeah, and in this meta, you can't be taking more than 2 hits. Like, you just can't. Good? Sorry.
Oh, I was saying that, or if they have Vegito Blue and they use... the ultimate attack, Bojack's dying, so... Yeah.
Oh, if they have Vegeta Blue, you mean every match? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it's weird too because I've seen a lot of people with Vegito Blue, but I've noticed a lot of people aren't using him as much. I don't know why.
People are hopefully getting bored of him.
Yeah.
I was kind of bored of him like the first week. Like, it was cool to get him. I mean, truthfully, because it's like... who was it? Was it D3 that posted on Twitter or something like that is just like, it genuinely feels like you're on autopilot? It does. Like, it's... You just do the same thing. I don't want to play the same thing over and over and over again. The same as, like, some kid doesn't want to play against the same character over and over again. You know what I'm going to do. I know what you're going to do. Like, everything is so predictable in this meta. That's more, for me, what's more boring. I don't care that all the units are OP. Like, if you took Vegeta Blue out, it'd be actually kind of a fun meta, to be honest with you guys. But like, it's just, everything is just like, okay, yeah, you're going to swap in. Oh, strike block. Well, that's great, dude. Like, you know, it's too obvious. It was cool at first, and it was kind of threw it off a little bit the first, like, week there. Oh, they swap it on this. That's cool. That's cool. They bounce this. Oh, and then I obviously had good luck. I got him to 7 stars, and I was like, "This is crazy, dude." And then it's just like, like, it doesn't even matter if you have it 7 stars. I get wrecked by a 2-star Vegito Blue on like a daily basis. Like, it's like, it doesn't even matter if you have them 7 stars.
Yeah, just his existence by itself is good enough.
Yeah, you don't even have to have that. But bench, he'll always be probably like he'll probably be on every team forever because of his bench. 3 separate tags, like. And it's very, very, very good teams that are going to be long-lasting, probably forever, since it's like the latest part of like the most recent Dragon Ball. I mean,
God Key will always be terrible, man.
I mean, it's garbage. Don't get me wrong, but like,
and fusions,
dude, like that's what's always crazy to me when kids get like mad about it. It's like, well, I mean, what did we really think he was going to be? I think the problem is how high they shot it. I knew he was going to be ridiculous. He had to be ridiculous. You know, it's like if people are going to drop thousands for him, he's got to be insane. And it's probably millions, actually. Probably millions of dollars just for Vegito Blue. But he had to be insane, but it's the level they went to. They like, that old like meme where you crank it up to like 11 or whatever. It's literally what they did. They were like, all right, this guy's a 7, this guy's a 12. And it's like, oh, well, he's just a 12 casually in the middle of everybody else? Okay, I got you. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I would assume, like, you know, they didn't really have a choice when you think about it, because like it's Vegito Blue. Right?
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like everybody's been asking since, like, you know, like I won't say day one, but like near, like, you know, the first anniversary, people were like, we want Vegito and all that stuff. Like, if they dropped Vegito Blue and at bare minimum he was mediocre or average, oh god, like I can't even begin to think about all the nonsense that would happen online with how people would feel about that. So it's like,
yeah, 100% I'm with you on that. 100%. Like, if he came out and he was like mid S tier, like Zamasu was on his level, people would be hella pissed. There's no winning with Vegito and Gogeta in any game ever. They're either way too good or they suck. Like, there's no in between with them. Like,
you gotta tough it out, that man, and that's why I'm scared, man. Because look, I would say like one of the next hypest units would obviously be like Gogeta Blue whenever he drops, and oh god, it's gonna be Vegeta Blue all over again.
Oh yeah. Every time we get these fusion units, it's gonna be that way. Yeah, 100%. But that's what's crazy to me. The people who say that Gogeta got shafted, it's like, you guys realize he's got to follow up Vegito, right? Like, so he's got to be better than Vegito to fit on that team. He's not going to be... He's going to be... I don't even know how you get better, though. What, do you draw a blast card when you use a blast card? It's just opposite Vegito Blue? Like...
His kid... I wouldn't even get
Saiyan 4 Vegeta's going to be crazy, too.
You what?
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's probably going to be just as crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, they have to be. I mean, like you said, they literally have to be. You release a Turles, and he's mediocre. Nobody's like, oh, my God. Son of a bitch, Turles is my favorite character ever. There's some kids out there, fine. But the average person, but yeah, if Vegito... It's the same thing with the animations. Like, if they had done that, where everybody got so mad about Gogeta and Vegito, and it's like, bro, they had to do your boy justice. Like, they can't just be like, oh, here's... Vegito Blue, he just comes in here, well, that's great. They had to make it the coolest animation in the entire game. It's just how it is. Like, that's the Fusion Warriors. Like... I don't know,
bro, Gogeta's gonna be disgusting, bro. Whenever he drops, like, literally, his kit makes him one of the most busted characters ever. Like, dude has a counter for literally everything. Like, all of his moves are stupidly strong. You know what? That's for the foreseeable future. We have no idea whenever that unit's gonna drop.
But yeah, the fact that they're all going to team together is going to be nuts too. You'll have Gogeta Blue, Vegito Blue, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta like all running together.
Yeah, don't forget your bench.
What would the bench even be like at that point?
Like Super Vegeta. It's on the, like, imagine that. Like, I don't even know. Yellow Vegito probably is on there.
I mean, Red Vegito is always going to be there, I think.
Yeah, and Red Vegito too. Yeah, of course.
Like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's Big Bang Kamehameha is going to have faint for like 30 seconds.
Guaranteed faint on the enemy team, not even just the enemy.
I mean, it sounds, dude, we all joke and we all laugh, but I would have never thought we'd get to a point where a unit strikes and uses another strike card, or draws a strike card when they strike. Like, I never saw that coming, even with something like Broly. Like, it really doesn't bug me that much, to be honest. People I did a stream the other day where I was just talking about all this stuff with Legend. It doesn't bug me that much. What bugs me is the game is boring. Like, it doesn't bug me the characters. And I don't think it's even that. I still get enjoyment out of it, but I can't just pick it up and play it like I used to be able to. You know what I mean? Like, I used to be able to just play Legends and just sit down and do whatever. And now it's like, I literally just run a mission to get adventures instead of adventures. That's my only problem with the game. I don't give a crap about broken units. You're always going to have that. The meta is going to be crazy. Most of the player base doesn't even play PvP, so it doesn't really matter too much. But everything else, it's like, whew. That's the only negative thing I'm going to say about it, because I'm not in a bad spot with the game right now. Like,
I think you're going to have times like this that are just like, you have to just, I guess, play less. Because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm playing less of the game. But it doesn't mean that, in the future I'm not going to be back into the game playing heavily. It's just, I think these games are designed in a way so that you're not meant to be on them 24/7. Like, you pick your spots where you want to play, and then the other times you just take a break and play something else. But that's my philosophy on this right now.
It's a pretty good philosophy, but alas, only like 5% of the player base acknowledges that. They're like, nah, if I'm not playing 24 hours a day, bro, game is trash. Like,
yeah.
We were talking about, who was it? ZVG was talking about like all the free crystals and stuff, and it's like, when you really look at it, Legends is a very, very good free-to-play game in those kind of aspects. The problem is everybody focuses on PvP. We all focus on PvP, and it's now fallen into this place where it's become like a joke, when it's like, we've all killed the joke now at this point, and you get all these comments, and it's like, yeah, the joke's not really that funny anymore. I kind of just wanted to like get to a point where it's just fun for people. You don't have to be serious about it. It doesn't. You guys aren't the one making money back on the content and stuff like that. Just play the game for fun. Like, you like Turles? Dope. Play Turles. That's sick.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? So you don't have to be the ones who are like, this unit's garbage. I place in the top 15,000 every season. It's like, well, fine, that's great, but it's like, I don't know. It's got to a point where everything is so toxic. It's real hard to come back from this point. Legends has got a lot of work to do. I see changes happening, and that's great. And I actually do have faith that they're not stupid. They were given the Dragon Ball IP. That says a lot. Not many people are given the Dragon Ball IP to work with and do whatever they want and be malleable about it. But they got a lot of work to do. I don't know. We'll see if it can get there. I do have faith at this point still. I think they saw they overstepped. I think the pandemic hit at the wrong time for everything. Everybody around the entire world, the pandemic hit at the wrong time. Yeah. You look at every business ever is screwed because of that. Like, Unless you're like some giant corporation where it doesn't even matter. Fine. You probably be all right.
Even if you're a giant corporation.
No, but I'm saying you'll probably be all right in the long run. It didn't like, it's not gonna like kill your business. But I can think of off the top of my head 20 businesses in my small town that shut down. Just off the top of my head that I've just driven past in the last 2 weeks.
Unless you're like Amazon, pretty much.
There you go. Yeah, if you're Jeff Bezos, you're probably good. Like, I'm just waiting for Disney to buy Dragon Ball, so we can start.
Oh, stop! Unless we can have Dragon Ball Evolution 2, that's gonna have the Disney Castle logo on it. Yeah.
Disney Plus, bro. I can't wait for. Hopefully, Justin Chapman comes back, so that's good.
Yeah,
he was a good Goku, bro. He's a really good Goku.
That was the only movie that I ever considered walking out in the middle.
Bro, I did walk out. I think I was like 16, and I've never walked out a movie besides that and Avatar. It was the only two. The last Airbender, not the other Avatar. Oh. Ultimates with RR activate way too fast. What do you mean, Gear? I appreciate the two CA though. Ultimates with Rising Rush activate way too fast. I mean, Rising Rush does activate way too fast. You can get it if you're a decent player. If you even, honestly, you're not even gonna be decent. You could be like bottom tier player. You could get your Rising Rush in 10 counts. Like,
yeah, I think one of the things that drives I'd say most of the issues in the game is balance. I think if they took balance more seriously and actually looked at, how does this character having this kit affect like someone's level of enjoyment with the game, then I think the game would be in a much better position right now. Like, I feel like 99% of all the problems that come into the game are a result of balance.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've talked about this a million times. Like I was talking to Nolar before we started the podcast. I don't think you were here quite yet. We were just kind of talking about like. What's happening with the game, and it's like that's the problem that's becoming with this podcast, and that's why we all decided to be a little more positive on this one, is because every time it's literally just, oh, what's wrong with Legends this week? And I hate that, because it's like, really, not much is wrong, it's just boring, that's it. Like, it really, it balance, obviously, yeah, it could be using work, but like I said, most people don't even play PvP, especially not to the degree that we do. You're not trying to get top 10k on the average person, I'd say, 10% of the game? Probably try to get top 10k? Like, on a regular basis, not just like, hey, this is a dead season, let me aim for it, So
yeah, I mean, but then the alternative is playing PvE, right? Doing the events that are
That's
out.
the problem, yeah, and it's boring as hell. Like, there's nothing...
Well, the whole problem with PvE is that most of it is just skip ticket.
Yeah.
And the AI is never... They can't dial the AI in to where it's going to be super engaging. I mean, it can still be fun when you get to the end and you start seeing the rewards and the titles and stuff, but the slog of getting there is never going to be like, oh,
but there's kind of no way to win that at all. You know what I mean? You start looking at like Legends as like a standpoint of PvE compared to like a person. So what do you have? The PvE is garbage and it's just not fun, or they're way too good and half your player base can't even beat it.
My like the dilemma that I assume they're having is, and you guys can answer this in the chat as well. Like, how would you guys even improve PvE? Because, like, if you skip ticket through it, it's boring, and if you play through it, it's just annoying because the AI sucks to play against. Like, what do you even do to fix that?
Yeah, because they could just dial it up. They could just make it ridiculous, like they've done it before. Do you want that? Like, some people, I'm sure, are like, hell yeah, I want that. But then the other half are like, no. I mean, if you had some kind of levels, the idea is there, where it's different rewards depending upon. Obviously, you have your hard and whatever else. But these events that have just one set difficulty, if you had an option to do like 1 through 5, 5 being ridiculous, 1 is pretty easy. You just want to clear it, get a simple reward. It doesn't affect Chrono Crystals, you get different titles. That could be a cool idea, where it's like you just want to play the game. You don't really care. You want to see the story, how it plays out, whatever. You can play it on 1. It's the same thing how you'd have different difficulties in the game. If you want to play it on 2, a little bit of up, nothing crazy. They're going to start using proper vanishing and stuff like that. And then 5 is absolutely absurd, but you get some crazy title, plus maybe a bunch of souls or something to finish up your box or whatever else. Could be a cool idea, but I don't know.
AI, the way it's programmed is not fun. So
100%, yeah, they either win or lose. We talked about that before too, where it's like you decide, the computer decides if you lose. Like, it's not a matter of you decide you win or don't. Like, there's some events where it genuinely is like, I'm going to perfect vanish you, and I'm going to rise and rush you right now. Like,
Somebody in the chat had a really good recommendation. This is actually something that I've said in the past too. He says, fix the AI. Yeah, I don't know how easy that would be to do, but he said add bonuses around the map for damage boosts, card draw speed, etc. So, I mean, that's something that I actually said a long time ago, back when I think it was co-op first came out.
Or you encourage getting mobile and stuff.
Well, like even like during the fight, like you know you can like move around and stuff on the map. Like put like again like buffs around, so you like move or fly into them, and you can just get a bunch of buffs, and it's randomly generated, so you don't know what you're gonna get. For PvE, I think that works really well. Like it adds a degree of randomness to the game, but it also makes it more fun because you never know what you're gonna get. Maybe they have like super powerful things where it's like you get more Dragon Balls for getting them. I don't know.
You know what's crazy? And this isn't like part of a Dragon Ball game, but there was actually a game that came out recently that does something similar to that with boss battles, and it's Paper Mario: The Origami King. Because how the battle system is against bosses, you go around in a circle, and throughout your route there, you get power-ups, you get health, stuff like that. So like if they were to implement something like that into Legends, but obviously in the sense of, you know, like you fly to the side or, you know, whatever the case may be, and you run into, let's say, like spinning random crap like +2 power, you know, or like +2 defense or whatever the case may be, just like change it up a bit. I think that'd be kind of cool. It's something different. And also I would say in the sense of if it was like, you know, let's say stages 1 through 5, right? 1 super easy, 5 like you need Gon on your side, right? Naturally, so like obviously the harder the difficulty is, the more it alienates part of the player base, because obviously some people have units that can handle it and some that don't. But if you have those type of perks on there, it could kind of even out the playing field. Obviously, those who have the units will probably still manage to get through somehow, some way. But those who are, for example, free to play and couldn't get that unit, or are just starting out but want to at least try to get through it, it could help. I mean, it's something. It's something.
Well, so the people saying remove Rising Rush, I don't think that would solve Legends at all. I think Rising Rush is just too easy to get if there's a timer or something on it. Because you take out Rising Rush...
Remove Rising Rush is to go back in time to when they were developing the game and code
that's the only way to do it, too. You can't get it out. Like, it's in here, it's ingrained. Like, but if you just worked a little bit, make it a little bit more like, hey, 50 counts has to elapse till you use a Rising Rush or something. Every 50 counts, you can use a Rising Rush. Because after 100 counts, match is probably done at that point anyways. But if you take that out, people who only have like a 2-star on certain units or whatever literally can't kill some Zenkais with a Rising Rush. Like it literally, or even with a Rising Rush, let alone without one. So it's like you have to have it. You have to have that type of thing in this kind of game, with how the units have to scale up, because the units are always going to have to scale up. They have to get stronger and stronger and stronger. They got to sell you new units. It's how it has to be. Doesn't matter what game you play. If a new unit comes out, it's got to be better than the previous one to keep you buying, or at least on par with it. Whatever else. You'll notice when Dokkan even gives you a unit that's just not as much fun as a previous unit that's come out, they don't do as well. Because unless it's Vegeta or Gogeta, they could be garbage and they'll still sell. But taking it out, that won't solve the game at all. It wouldn't necessarily mess it up either, minus, like you were saying, with mechanics, Nasraj. Like, yeah, because the game is ingrained and based around Rising Rush. It's just...
Yeah, they can tinker with stuff, but they just can't straight up turn it off.
It's the same thing people saying, hey, we need to nerf Vegito Blue, and it's like, you can't. He's already in the game. People already spent their money for him. There's no nerfing at that point. We either have to go up or match something or counter him. Like, it's...
Yeah, their version of nerfing characters is releasing direct counters.
That's it, yeah. But that's how it has to be, and I know you know that, too. You can't just, like, say, hey, we're going to take away 10,000 of each of his stats, because then the people who summon for that, you technically false advertise at that point, and they bought something else they didn't actually get. So,
I mean, legally they could do that, but they would, the backlash, the negative backlash they get is why they don't.
Well, yeah, there's no legality behind it. It's your game, it's your property. We're just using it.
But yeah, the player base would riot. Like, literally, they'd just, like, even worse than it is now. Because, like you said, they spent money and got duped.
Yeah, because then the people who get the next one after that, who didn't spend any money for Vegito Blue or whatever else, and then they're able just to get it with the same power as the people who spent a bunch or whatever else. It's that kind of thing just wouldn't happen. I do think 14 stars to this day was still one of the biggest mistakes. Personally, I would say 14 stars was a huge mistake, but I don't know. Either way,
it was just a way for them to get extra money, because they knew people didn't care about getting, you know, dupe number 6 or dupe number 7 for a unit, because it literally gave you 0 increase their stats, and they were like, okay, well, let's add more breakpoints in there and give them a reason to actually summon.
Well, I don't mind the 14 star. If you kept it completely exactly the same, you know, evened it out across the entire board, like actually divvied their stats up how much they went up by 14, fine. But it's that the bigger ones come at the very end. That's the annoying part.
Yep.
It's not. It's not that if they had done it, I don't give a crap what it looks like. You know, it could look like yellow, red. I don't care. You could have made it orange, green, whatever. But it's just irritating that they were like, oh, well, we'll make it at the 9-star plus. And it's like, bro, 9 is really far. 5-star plus, fine. 6 even, Whatever. I could have lived with that. Wouldn't have been that big a deal. But 9 is really far. We're talking like that's close to 10 times pulling that unit. That's more than 10, I would think. Might be right on 10. I don't know. But either way, you guys can talk a little bit too. If I'm ever talking too much, let me know.
I think wasn't it like 17? Not on a 999 banner, obviously.
Yeah, 999. I mean, yeah, you'd need to pull them, 10 times on 999 to finish them up. So you would need more than 10 then. I don't know. It's the math is... That's the thing, too. I don't like the math with it, because it was so easy before to keep track of it. What I needed. And then it just felt like it was kind of like, I don't know. I have 11 stars or something now. I don't know. That's not really that big a deal. All right, what else we got? What do you guys want to talk about? Or what were we talking about before the Rising Rush thing?
New units, but I think we pretty much covered them.
Yeah.
Okay. Turles. It's multi-Z power Turles, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about the Turles event if you want.
What's up with that?
Yeah, that multi-Z power, the only thing I don't like... 5. Why is it 5-star? You give us a 999 banner, they come out at 3 stars, it should not be 5-star. You want to give them 3 stars? Whatever, it's still kind of a little bit of a douchey move. 3 stars and up, and you can only give them like 100, or what does it give? Does it give 600 Z power total? Or 500, something like that?
I don't know.
I think it gives 500 Z power total. Because you don't quite get that one, but then you're supposed to use your like SP coins to get the extra 100 or whatever to get you to 6 stars. Number one, he doesn't even have that good of a 6-star ability. Like number one, he's 2 separate teams. Right? Is it 2 separate? Yeah, it's powerful opponent, strike attack or whatever else, and then movies. I don't remember what the stat is, but either it doesn't matter. It's really not that good of an ability to be using it on this unit. If you're gonna use something kind of douchey like this, use it on something crazy, and you can only hold 1, by the way. So, say you're thinking, hey Brad, well maybe I'll just get him at 3 stars on this banner, and I'll just get all this stuff done. And I'll hang on to the multi-Z power until I get him to 5 stars, and I can use it. No, you can only hang on to 1 multi-Z power at a time for him. So the second you get 2, they get added to your presence, and they're gone in 6 days. And it's like, so get them in the first week or nothing.
Honestly, as with many things in the game, I think I like their charitable idea, but their implementation is less than desirable. Like it's good. Like every time a new banner comes out, it'd be great if there was a little event where you could instantly get Z power for them for free for each character as they come out. But
be amazing.
The fact that, like you said, it's limited to 5 stars. They started with Turles. Like, why did they start with Turles? Why did they, is there one for the Goku even, or is it just Turles?
It's just Turles.
No, it's just Turles. I think it's just because maybe they thought Turles wouldn't sell as well.
So they're like, here's this event to let you get them stronger for free if you happen to be lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's better than nothing, right? I mean, they could have just done nothing.
Yeah, but we've learned at this point, better than nothing with Legends just doesn't really work with the community. And I feel like they would have learned that at this point too, that it's like I said, if you'd made it 3 stars and up, no problem. And you only give us like 200 Z power, I don't need to get 500 or 600 straight to the next level or something. Just some kind of comeback for at least summoning on the banner. Fine, great. That doesn't really matter too much. But the 5 stars and up, that's still 3 times you got to pull that unit. So maybe get
twice.
Is it 2 times?
Yeah, it goes 3 to 5.
Does it go straight 3 to 5?
Yeah, it's 999 Z power.
Yeah, that'd be like, oh, I thought, isn't 2400?
No,
5?
that's 6 stars.
Oh, that is 6 star. You're right. Okay, that's not that bad then. It's still not amazing, but 2 times isn't horrendous. If you get them out dailies, you get a little bit cucked on that, but you got to get them 3 times on dailies. I don't know. I mean, it's just weird to me. It's a very weird implement. I agree that it's nice to have a little charitable idea with it. It's like, oh, hey, that's great. Look, we're gonna give this.
You also could, if you pull them once, you could technically Z power up to 5, and then you get the free Z power. To Z power up
but
to
again,
6.
you got 6 days to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the part that I think is
like
good.
you have
I don't know
6
why they made
days.
it so short. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like, or at least let me hold like 8 of them or something, 10 of them. If they're 30 each, I can hold 10 maximum, and then I miss out on the other 200. Fine, but I can only hold 30 of them. Like I can hold 30 Z power for the next 6 months till I happen to get into 5 stars if I'm free to play. That's where it's just really, really weird to me. It feels very forced, and that's the problem with Legends. They force a lot of things where it's like, I don't
wish
want
they
to.
would eat the restrictions on how many of those things you can hold. Period.
Oh, lift them. Yeah, I don't understand the point. You're telling me they take up more space than souls? I can hold 45,000 souls, no problem. But then 2
Well,
multi Z power kills it.
I would say probably the reason why they don't let you hold that much is because they don't want somebody to just I would say like summon the unit, then of course, oh well, I got him once, gonna boost them all the way up to 14 stars type thing. So
Oh, 100%. I get not having like I guess an unlimited one, but on these free to play ones, these special ones that are like very character specific, it's really weird to give a cap on that when it's like I can't get this anywhere else in your event. I guess I worded that wrong. Yeah, I meant literally just these like specific character ones, not in general. Because multi Z power in general, if I had been hoarding that since day one, I could have like got Super Vegito and got him up to like 15 or 14 stars overnight. Like
it's at 15 stars. Oh my god!
I'm really aiming high on this one, dude. Like I'm about to change it up.
What do you know that we don't know?
You don't need to know. No, freaking, I agree 100%. There shouldn't be a cap. There should be a cap on those kind of ones that you get from like co-op and stuff. But even then, I still think
Or at least raise the cap.
I still think 1 and 3 is a little too low. Like you can even give me 5. I think 10's a lot if you have the hundreds because that's 1,000. That's like a level and a half.
Only like 1 star if you're going red stars. So that's not too much.
That's the thing is they act like they're very. I don't want. It's really not stingy because you got to remember this is a mobile game at the end of the day and it's a PvP mobile game, so you got to hold back some characters. But it's like they're weird about it in how precious they hold. So, like, think about how LFs are valued in this game. It's like more than LRs. They have a lower pull rate than an LR. They cost more in the shop to exchange for it. They keep telling us how we're going to get this multi-Z power for it. And it's like, bro, unless the multi-Z power is going to be 600 Z power, it really doesn't matter. Like, I'm imagining it's going to be like 100 Z power to push from 2 to 3 stars.
This little Turles event would be fabulous if it was like a test for when they actually did Legends Limited multi-Z powers and it came in an event instead of came at a price tag of.
Oh, it'll come at a price tag, but I don't really mind it coming at a price tag, as long as it's not a crazy price tag. That's the thing. Like those crystals, the Super Chrono crystals or whatever, that was a fair amount of money. I bought that just for Beerus, pretty much. Yeah, you got crystals with it, which was cool, but I bought that pretty much just for Beerus, and then I pulled Beerus a week later, or like 2 weeks later, and it was like nice. That's good. I'm glad I invalidated it. That's pretty good. It's just really weird. I just don't like how they value things so heavily, and then other things means nothing to them. That's where it comes off very forced. It feels like this is the most important thing you should be doing, and you're playing the game wrong if you don't do this. I don't know. And it always comes back to financial. And that's what I don't like about it.
Yeah, the thing that like again, this Turles thing, it's like the message that I get is like, oh, we're giving you all the Z power. You better pull them twice, otherwise it's gonna get deleted. Like that's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to. It's such a time restriction. I don't need to have a time limit on something. Like I said, you want me to clear the whole event? It just sits in my inventory for 6 months. Fine, whatever, no big deal.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I could care less. Then I get into 5 stars and I'm like, boom, straight up to 6. That'd be amazing. I'd be fine with that. But they're like, now you got 6 days, bro. It's like, all right, I got. Yeah, let me get to work. Give me 1 sec. Hold on. That's where it's annoying. Or just give me the Z power flat out. Like, let me earn the character then. Maybe it's only 100 Z power. Fine. That's another thing, too. When you need 9,999, giving 100 Z power of a unit means jack shit, I'm going to tell you right now. Like, when you go, no one's hopping into PvP with 100 Z power units anymore unless they're LFs. And even then, you're not getting 100 Z power, so it doesn't really matter. But it's like nobody's jumping. I mean, Super Warriors were an exception. They were kind of fun for a couple days there. You could jump in a little bit, but they're completely free, so it's a different exception. Like, nobody's getting a unit off a daily or something, like an extreme, and being like, can't wait to use them at 1 star. You know? I don't know. That's where it's weird to me. That's where it's like, they have their priorities in very weird places for me on those kind of things, because it's like, it really, to me, it doesn't look hard on the outside. I'm sure there's a lot of things that go in between of getting the characters made, getting the animations, all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, open up the rewards a little bit. People who are able to beat these events, who have the skip tickets, who have the energy tickets, who have the souls.
I'd like if they replaced casual mode with like a weekly rotating PvP.
Oh, we need that still. We need Ultimate Battle back. Something different. It's just the same thing every couple weeks. Like, I literally don't expect anything new, and then when the smallest thing happens, I'm like, whoa! Like, it's literally nothing. And then I had to step back, and you guys are like, Brad, that doesn't mean shit. And I'm like, oh, you're right. Yeah, I got you. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it feels crazy because nothing changes. And then all of a sudden, one little tiny thing shifts. Like, in an ideal world, we'd get like a different raid every other week or something. opposite of co-op. I wouldn't mind that. USTR could say the same. I don't want this damn 30 challenge thing again. Get rid of the double and triple R.
I haven't done that yet.
Dude, it's really not even worth it, honestly. If you're just going to buy your crystals, you're only going to get like 600 crystals out of it. If you just don't, it's like 2.5 hours to do it. Maybe 2 hours if you're like trying. But it's like, I don't want that kind of stuff. Like, that's not like, if we had like those kind of raids we were talking about, get rid of the triple RP seasons. Doubles, not that big a deal. I can live with it. It's fine. Every now and again we have a doubles. Take out casual and make it actually a playable game mode where I don't just jump in and either stomp some kid who doesn't even know how to play the game yet because he's like, oh, look, casual mode. You know, it's like, bro, you have to unlock casual mode like Z level 80 or something. You have to be at least playing the game to unlock it then. Whatever. Same thing with PvP, honestly. That wouldn't be a bad idea to give like, you got to be like Z level 50 because you can get to 50 now in like 2 days, if even. And then you at least know how to play the game because I get these kids who pop into PvP and it's like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't trying to do you like this. I know you got D equipments and you're not even soul boosted. I understand. You're going to have to learn the hard way on this one. Like, I hate that. It's just weird. It doesn't seem hard, but again, I know there's a lot of things that happen in the middle, and that's the biggest problem with any fan base ever. You know, because you could say, oh, it's so easy. Let's just pump out Dragon Ball movies. Come on, Toei, you got money, pump it out. And it's like, it's not that simple. You got to get voice acting, you got to get this and that. And it's the same thing for this game. You have to get voice acting, you got to get things made, the card, the art, all this stuff, just to get one character pushed out. And you got to do that twice for a banner, potentially an extreme as well. I get it. Nobody's expecting that. But then in the time in between that stuff, well, a lot of people are expecting that. That was my entire point. Never mind. I'm not expecting that. But in between those kind of things happening, you got to have something to do. It can't just be dead for 2 weeks. Hey, summon, we're dead for another 2 weeks. Like, that's my problem. You guys can talk more. My voice kind of hurts. I got to get some water. Give me 1 sec.
I feel the same way because, like, we had the banner come out, obviously, the Turles banner, and they gave us this new event, and then the Nappa event came back. But, like, next week, what are we actually going to get? We're probably going to get a filler banner, and that's it. There's probably not going to be any events to actually do. Yeah. So, I feel like, I don't know, like, can they even, like, what can they even do? I mean, definitely, if they can release a new event, that would be cool, but maybe even bringing back, like, older events for those weeks that are sort of dead. I don't know.
It's, okay, because, with this update, they brought Elite Soldier N, they brought the new Turles event.
Yeah, we got Nappa back.
Huh?
Getting Nappa event back, that was fun. He was the April Fool's. We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah. And then I think they also reset Ultra Space Time Rush during the update. Okay. Yep. So we have some stuff to do. Like Ultra Space Time Rush will probably take you like what, 2.5 hours, somewhere around there. Turles event you could probably beat within a day. Ultra or Elite Soldier N, I think is good in a general retrospect because for those who weren't around, that was the first April Fool's, right? You know, if they weren't around in Legends during that time, they couldn't get the unit. So for newer players, I see it as not too bad because they have like some things to do. For like, you know, the vets, we got nothing, right? And because I mean, I already have Nappa, you know, like I got him like when he came out last year, and I haven't done the Turles event yet, but I'm pretty sure I can beat that within a day. And then Ultra Space Time Rush, I literally just, you know, when I don't have anything to do, just set it on auto and have that play the entire time. It's just what comes next. Like, again, like Gore said, like maybe next week we get like a filler banner, but then what? We still have nothing to do but PvP. That's not like, you know, doing the same thing over and over and over again gets old real fast. And it sucks that we don't get something to at least fill in those gaps of like dry spell. You know, like I would say we've been in a dry spell for a bit too. It's kind of crazy.
I think if they can, I don't know how difficult this would actually be in terms of development, but it would be cool if they did like, okay, so they release a banner, and then alongside with that banner, they release an event like we saw this week with Turles. I think that's good. That's, you know, that's a fair amount of content. But then for those weeks that has like just a filler banner returning and nobody's really going to care about that, maybe they use those weeks to update or release new story stages. So they have like a rotational sort of thing where it's like, okay, filler banner, new story. And then the next week is a new banner, and you have a new event. And then maybe every week is like that, and they go along that schedule. But again, I don't know how feasible that actually is in terms of development.
I would like some news on the new dungeons and guild mode thing that they had planned, and perhaps some new game modes that bring life back into playing with your friends and doing
2v2. No, I'm just playing that. Oh god.
Alternate fun thing. A 2v2 mode actually wouldn't be that bad, like co-op, but it's 2 players versus 2 players. Like that would be cool. Anything new and different, man.
But would it actually be cool? Then you got 4 people's internet connections to deal with. Would it actually be cool? Like, I can't even handle the other guy's internet half the time. You chuck in 2 more people, like
I can't have.
How do you disband on that? Well, you gotta click disband 3 times. Like, I don't want my partner or these 2 guys. Get out of here. Like,
I just don't want them to use connection as a constant excuse as to why they can't innovate.
oh, I agree. No, hey, dude, I'm not arguing with you on that point right there. But I think since the first day I played co-op, when we were all using like Golden Freezer or whatever or GT Goku, I don't know who that we were using. It was against Broly, that's right. But you would use GT Goku or Golden Frieza. Ever since then, co-op has not been the way for me to innovate. Like it's been hella boring. It's better now. I like the update to co-op a lot. It's so fast. It takes me like 4 minutes now to finish all 3. Boom, done. Got my dual coins. That's all I care about. But it's not fun. Like,
but it's like what does it add?
They're fighting the AI, which makes it not fun.
yeah, but if you were fighting another player, I guess I wouldn't be. But then you have to play PvP again. Like, I don't know. If you had two players, I see what you're saying. It is definitely different. But again, you got the 4 people with the different connections. You have the disband of the trolls. Think about how many times I disband, like sometimes like 10 times to get to a decent one. Where it's like, bro, stop bringing this damn unit. Like, I'm not trying to do the whole work for you. Like, that's where it gets really old. I ran into the same kid like 3 times in a row the other day, and it's like, bro, can I block you or something? Like, get out of here. Like, that's where it gets. And you have that 3 times over. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it would be. People are impatient. We're playing Gacha game. It's got to be in your hand. It's got to be ready right now to play. And like, it's not like, let me wait 15 minutes to do this real quick. Like, that's the problem. Why they're focusing on fixing menus and stuff, because I think they're seeing that too. That it's like everything just needs to be a bit more speedy. In general, the connections need to be more speedy. The units, they wanted the matches to be more speedy, which some people can argue better or worse. I like faster matches, but I also like slower matches. It depends on the connection and everything like that. But I don't know. Co-op, just for me, it just isn't the way to succeed. The raid was a great idea. Was there another person you competed with in the raid? I don't remember. I think there was.
No, it was just you and the Vegito Blue CPU.
That's right. That's why it was so much fun, because you could just wipe it. You didn't have to worry about the other kid using his Rising Rush or whatever else. You could just, boom, he's dead. Or you died, I guess.
Yeah, that raid was so good. That was honestly the most fun I think I've ever had playing PvE in this game.
Oh yeah, 100%. And you got the best rewards too.
Yeah, but even discounting the rewards, I feel like the experience was just better.
Oh yeah, they could be mediocre rewards. They don't have to be top tier like they were. I don't need dual coins and stuff like that. You could give me like 2 or 3 dual coins, fine. Whatever, and we completed it. You do it a certain amount of times, you get titles like you do in co-op. No big deal. Maybe they give you some kind of currency to use on souls. Whatever, fine. Not a big deal. But the overall thing was just better. And it sounds bad because I wasn't relying on somebody else, I think. Like, as I just made that point to myself, I was kind of like, wait, that was the only difference is I didn't play with somebody else. Yeah. Maybe that's why I liked it then. Because I got Vegito Blue as a computer next to me.
I think, honestly, there's quite a few things that they could do to try to like make Legends like a bit more appealing now. Because again, I still think it's in the dry spell. Like some modes are boring now. But if they can bring something that'll like breathe new life into the game in terms of like game modes or like or still continue with the quality of life changes that they're doing. Actually, one thing that I wanted to see personally, and this isn't, well, I won't even know. No, this isn't a big issue, but I'd like to see like more memorable like tracks in the game, right? Because like one thing about Dokkan is like Dokkan has some fire music. It's like I don't have to like know anything about Dokkan. Just hearing the themes alone gets me hyped personally, right? Like the World Party thing, I think is fire. Kid Goku's theme is fire. Like all that stuff. And it's like with Legends, you got like the main theme, maybe another track in there, like the co-op theme or something. And that's it, bro. Like I need something that I can like immediately recognize. Like, oh crap, that's like, for example, like that's like Ultra Instinct Goku's like track, bro, from Dragon Ball Legends. That theme is fire. Like, something to like at least keep me invested in, like playing the game. Because we hear the music all the time, and obviously this isn't a big issue, but I mean, I think themes like breathe some sort of new life into like games if they're fire. You know what I'm saying? But
I agree. Yep.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. There's a reason I don't use Legends OSTs, I always type in fighters or Dokkan. Like, I've never once. I don't even. Does Legends even have OSTs on YouTube? I've never even Googled it. I looked it up.
Exactly. Like I'm on like online like fighters Namek theme, super fire. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
No, 100%. They have the budget for that kind of thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Dokkan goes a little over. Like, some of Dokkan's, it's crazy. It's genuinely crazy how many OSTs there are for Dokkan. Like, it's insane. We're talking like hundreds at this point. Because every character, like all the main Dokkan Fest get their own, right? The Dokkan Fest LRs, the TURs, different stages. They
always get their own music.
That's a lot of work. Like, that's crazy. I don't know. And then we got Rising Rush theme. So somebody was saying in the chat.
That's my ringtone, man.
Do you bop to the Rising Rush theme, bro?
That's my ringtone.
I'm getting Rising Rush. This song is fire. Like, bro, wait, what? No.
Dude, I mean, hey, I 100% actually agree with you on that. There was for the longest time I kept the Legends, and that was one of the biggest complaints I got like months and months ago, like a year ago at this point. Brad, the music sucks, and I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, it's just the same song every video. My bad. Like, I don't know, man. There's 120 OSTs roughly in Dokkan. There you go. Yeah, so roughly that much. That's crazy. There's 4 or so in Legends. That does say a lot.
Music, the options music, the battle music,
the waiting music.
But are those actually music, or are they just like you're on hold with somebody at the MVD or something, like the DMV? Oh, dude, MVD, you probably get that because everywhere else it's DMV, but in Arizona it's MVD.
Mm-hmm. Which I had to get used to when I moved here, bro.
Oh, dude, I like correcting people now though, dude, because people get mad.
It's the DMV, darn it! No, it's the MVD. Oh, all right.
It's so stupid, bro, but I love it though, because people genuinely get pissed about that stuff. Anyways, no, I mean, hey, dude, super agree with that. I don't know. There's a lot of aesthetic changes they need to make. Like, I don't mean aesthetic like visual, just little tiny things that feel meaningless, but then when you play the game, it's what actually changes it. You know what I mean? Like, the little things really matter in these games. Like, you look at Dokkan and it's like, personally, I don't like the long super attacks. I really don't. But they do look fire. Like, it's how it is. I wish they had like a skip option. But it's like that's a big thing for a lot of people is they want to pull these units and they want to do that. Like, LFs have so much potential to be that kind of thing, but it's only for the winning. Like, you only if you win. Like, you don't see your LF if you lose. Like, so that's where it sucks, you know? I don't know. Anyways. What else you guys got? What else we want to talk about?
Let's take a look.
This is fun being positive. I know that sounds stupid, but I've gotten so used to being negative about Legends because it's so easy to feed into that negativity because you get more likes on a Twitter post or you get more comments on a video.
Shots in this stream, but we just haven't been bashing them too much.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't. That's not even a problem. A little bit of criticism isn't a bad thing. It's when we like. It really is a lot of the Toshi jokes. I think you guys go like the commenters go way over and stuff on that. That's like, really, he doesn't have that much power. Like, let's chillax a little bit on that one. But the actual thing is just, it's really. I think if Dokkan didn't exist, you guys think Legend would be crazy successful? You think it would still be in this spot?
It depends. Because there were a lot of factors as to why like Dokkan is as successful as
yeah,
it is.
I don't even know why it's as successful as it is. Like, honestly, it's not that I don't like it or anything, but it's crazy. Like, it's on a different scale.
Yeah.
I think.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think Legends' performance would be roughly the same, but there might be, a couple thousand for sure more players here and there for ones that were playing Dokkan just because there'd be no other option. But
yeah, but like, okay, so say you reverse it. What if Legends came out first and then Dokkan came out?
It would be the same scenario because if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay. So Dokkan's been out for what, 5
years on Global, 5.5 on JP.
Yeah. So Dokkan has had like enough time to establish itself and like refine like some things that made the game early on, because early on the game was just not good.
Oh, it's trash.
It just was a very, very bad game. But over time, they had the ability to improve and make it better and better and better. Especially one thing would be like animations, right? Because back then with phones, animations were limited because the phone tech just wasn't there yet. Now it is, and with Legends, it's not an issue with Legends, but I guess it's a kind of stigma. Is Legends is like riding off or initially riding off of the wave of Dokkan, because the main game that they compare it to is that, but Dokkan has had 5 years to establish itself, whereas Legends is just getting on its feet after 2 years. So I'm pretty sure like by the time I would hope anyway, by the time we reach the 3rd year anniversary, the game is gonna finally have its footing and just start going full steam ahead. You know, it's just we need just a bit more time.
No, I'm 100%. I agree with you. I think if we reversed it, I think Legends would have died in 6 months. If it had come out 5 years ago, ain't no way it would have been garbage. Like it literally couldn't have existed. Like in the capacity it does now, it would have just been died. I mean, Dragon Ball, I think that IP could probably survive, but it wouldn't be anywhere near what Dokkan is. Dokkan was able to do it because, like you said, they fixed a lot. Like people don't remember old Dokkan. I played old Dokkan up to like the 2nd anniversary, and then I dipped. Oh, it was terrible. I think there was a solid like 4 months where I didn't even pull an SSR. I was like, I hate this, dude. I'm done. Like, and then I started trying to make YouTube videos on it, and I was like, yeah, I hate it more. I'm done. So no, yeah, it's nowadays, yeah, it's in a good spot because there's thousands and thousands of events to do. There's all this different stuff to do and whatever else. But then people look at the events and they say, oh, it's fantastic and it's great because look, you can do this. Yeah, the event is for awakening units. You don't really run it otherwise unless you're trying to do a showcase, or you just want to test your team on a really hard event. Not in just some generic one, but I guess if you're farming a free-to-play character or something, you might be doing it occasionally. But once you do like a Dokkan Fest one, you awaken all the units that are associated with that medal until a new LR drops or something that needs that medal, you probably don't touch it again too often. So it's nice to have those events, but it's not the same as Legends where it's like, I don't know. It's really weird. They're very, very different games. When you actually break it down, it's so hard to compare them because they're not comparable. They're just Dragon Ball, that's it. Look, Goku's here, Goku's there, that's all. Like...
Well, as I've said it a lot of times, and I'll say it again, the biggest difference is that Dokkan can be played in 5 minutes or in 5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Really. That's the biggest difference, where I could be on the toilet, taking a dump, gonna go run this event real quick, and then be done with it. Or I could sit here for 5 hours and grind my ass off on World Tournament. And,
dude, Legends is the most... it's the least mobile game I've ever played. But I can't even play PvP if I'm outside of my house. Like... The other day, my girlfriend came home and she like dropped milk like outside when she was like getting out of car. She dropped the cart of milk, and I was like, "Hold on, I'm in a PvP match." And it's like, just give me a second. I'll get there in a minute. I still won, but we're good. Like,
but at least you're able to play outside of your house, man. I had to get a whole new phone just to be able to play. Like I had a Galaxy S10 and I had 4G and couldn't play outside of my house. And then I upgraded and now I have 5G and I can finally do it.
You can like walk like 15 feet away. Hop in your car real quick and play some.
Yeah.
Well, S9 Plus, so I feel you.
Oh, you understand the struggle.
Dude, they age so fast, dude. I went from an S9 to an S20. It's insane. Like they feel like the same phone until you do like more than 3 things with them, and it's like, oh, okay, so my old one's dead. I got you. Like it's just basically gone.
Like that 100 hertz is just eye-opening, bro.
Oh, it's wild. It's wild. Like, and I gotta say, one thing. I'm sorry if you take offense. Anybody takes offense to this. I will always say Legends looks better than Dokkan. I'm sorry if somehow you take offense.
God, how can you say that?
You would be dude. I would say you'd be shocked, but you definitely would. If anybody here is not shocked, it's probably you. But it's like, bro, the amount of comments that I get, I've ever said that in stream or something, and it's like, you can't argue the art looks better, bro. You literally cannot argue with me. I'm sorry. Do I like Dokkan art? Yeah, and I think it looks fire nowadays. The LRs look sick. The back of my phone is UI Goku. The LR one, I don't even play Dokkan that much. Like, yeah, it looks sick. But to tell me it looks better than Legends, I'm sorry, bruh. Like...
Different style.
Oh, okay, alright. It's just a different style. They're both Dragon Ball, bro. They both look like Dragon Ball. One's just a lot more like... It's weird. Because it's not in depth. Dokkan has its depth. Like, you look at like the LRs and stuff, it has its depth. But you know what? Actually, as I said that, I was like, yeah, it is a different art style. You're right. Like, there's 100%.
Yeah.
They're made by the same people too, aren't they?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yep, Fenyo.
Yep, Svenyo.
Dude, I was thinking about the other day. I want a Tapion with Hirudegarn just so I can have an HD version of Hirudegarn. That's why I want him in Legend. That's the only reason I want him. I don't even want Tapion that much.
Why don't we have Legends yet?
There's a lot, dude. There's so much. It's crazy. That is where it irritates me. Look at how many free-to-play characters you get in Dokkan, and then Legends we get like what? Legends rogue
it's
units.
so much easier to make.
Oh,
characters
I'm
in
sure.
Dokkan.
I'm sure. Yeah. It is nowadays. It is like, hey, take it from the anime. Here's this. Whatever else. But it's like, I don't even just. That's true because you don't want doo-doo animations. You don't reuse animations either because then. Second you reuse animations, people lose their mind. It's like, well, they're both Goku Black, bro. What do you want here? Like, it's like
I remember the second specifically when the purple Goku Black came out, and every comment was, same animation, same
it's
animation.
like, yeah, it's Goku
So
Black,
that
bro.
was
It's the exact same time period Goku Black. What do you want here? Like,
that was the only thing I saw in the comments was, same animations. Good job, Legends. Thanks for making the game boring. And I was like, okay, like
I forgot Goku Black fought two different ways in the same fight. My bad. Like. I do like Turles' Sonic role though. I'm a big fan of that. His hedgehog.
My favorite side step is Shugash.
The Shugash is a good one. But see, I like those ones that are kind of funny and kind of different, and I can tell where they're.
Yeah, like,
Janemba, I don't want that shit. Like, I don't like that.
EX? What about Evil Boo?
Oh, does he jump?
That is the jolliest sidestep.
Dude, I still like baseball Yamchas, bro. When you run, I actually like that a lot.
That's good too.
We need
What
more
about
like
Super
that,
Boo?
dude.
Super Boo, where he just like sways or whatever he does.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. I like that though. I like those are the kind of differences I'm
I
fine
like
with.
Janemba's one too. You shut up. That one was good.
It's dope,
just hard to
but it's
judge
so
in
hard to
terms
tell where you're at. I shouldn't lose track of my character.
It's like Kakarot Goku. Like
Yeah, it's like, bro, you don't need to vanish right here. We're good. Like,
yeah.
no, dude, 100%. What else do we need to talk about with that? The new USTR, that was the one with the 30 stages, or is that just flat out the new USTR is coming out?
The USTR.
Like it
are they-
reset? Yeah, I think it reset, right? Because PvP resets next week.
I think it might have been talking about the 30 stage one.
Yeah, because that one is gone if I'm not mistaken.
That was like a new mode, kind of. I mean, it's just like a hybridization of other stuff they've already tried, but they mixed it up a little bit, which
Oh no, it's still here.
is definitely something that favors long-term players. But
Yeah.
Oh, you have to, yeah, no. If you're missing like half the box or something like that, you probably can't do it, to be honest with you. Like,
What I will say is, even though it seems as if it favors like long-term players, I actually do like what they tried to do with it. And it's mainly because obviously, like, PvP being a big focus of the game, they're always using either sparking units, to a certain extent, some EX units, right? But literally nobody's using hero units unless it's like Shallot, right? And in this game, or in this mode, it's like, okay, you have all of your units, use these teams to, get boosts and whatnot. But for particular matches, using hero units will be your best option, right? Nobody uses hero units, right? So it's like, okay, well, I can finally use these guys for something. And obviously, I think there was like 4 or 5 or like 6 hero battles in UST Champions. So, yeah, it's just like, okay, well, I'm not going to lead off with Shallot. I'm going to level some of these guys up, right? I took on matches with Jocko, bro. I won a match with Hercule. So I'm just like, okay,
I do that. Feels great. I agree with you, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, did the music pause? Hold on. Go ahead, you're good. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, I do like the step that they're taking with it, because it also obviously makes you think, because normally with USTR, it's just you go through, you beat the first 10 stages, move on to the next rush, right? But you get all those characters back. And this one, no, 30 straight battles. If you use them and you don't win, freaking yikes, try again, but those characters are gone. Like, it really makes you think about how you want to actually approach it. And I think that was a really good idea. It's just that USTR is boring though. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't think I've actually played it
I've
since
never
I was
played
able to auto it. Like,
Yeah.
the second I was able to auto it, I was like, okay, I'll just do this the first night every night it happens. Like, I literally, I just normally sit there. I plan out 3 hours of my day. I'm just gonna do this. Like, it's like, and then I get the tickets and I get nothing, and it's like, cool.
I do it during work. I just have it on the side, going auto through auto battle.
I was re-rolling equipments all day the other day, and I was like, damn, this is a good way to get through work. I was sitting there, and I was like, I spent like 4 hours trying to re-roll one equipment, and I was like, I like this. Let's see. DBL should use some ideas from, I'm guessing, Mortal Kombat. Like, test your luck, the towers, etc. Even if they end up boring it. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Just, it doesn't even matter if they suck at the end. Try something different. And I appreciate the $5, Krog.
Realistically, playing against the AI in Mortal Kombat is just as annoying as playing against the AI in Dragon Ball Legends. Like, no matter what fighting game you're playing against the AI is not the most fun. But they make it fun in Mortal Kombat because there's, like, rotations of the challenge towers, like, every few hours. Like, y'all were talking about in co-op, there's, like, power-ups. There's different, like, boosted characters to use with different towers. You earn, like, specific rewards for that character. So, like, say in Legends they wanted to do, like, today's Vegeta Challenge Tower Day. For the next 8 hours, there's these 4 different towers, and you do them all, and you'll earn a new cosmetic for Vegeta or something. And that's assuming that they expand the customization setting of the game or something like that. But, like, stuff like that would be great. Like, there's lots of different, and they don't even have to be rewards like new cosmetics or anything. That would just be like if they went real crazy with it. But, like, just different events on shorter rotations to mix things up more frequently than to, like, that's one of my problems with Dokkan, which is why I left that game, is because, like, the new character would come out, like, on the Dual Dokkan Fest banner, and then their event would come out, and then you'd have to farm it, like, 400 times to get the medals to awaken all the characters you got from that banner. And, like, that just irritated the heck out of me, that repetitiveness. And Legends is not too much different in that PvE area, but it's got the PvP, which is why it appealed to me somewhat.
I do. I like even if they release 5 new kind of game events or whatever else, 4 of them suck. We tried it. Just something different. It doesn't have to be fantastic. It doesn't have to be a knockout of the park on the first one. Even if you just work on stuff like how they worked on step-ups, and last year we finally got to the point with the Super Saiyan 4 step-ups, and that was actually, like, good banners. I like that. And they were like, here's 2 LFs, and it's like, bro, you had it. Like, it's like, we were on a good point here. Why did you need to mess with it? That's the kind of thing that irritates me, because when they even have something that wins, they're like, let's change it up. Screw it. That's not making enough money. And it's like, this isn't going to make money either by confusing the crap out of your player base every other week. Like, that's not going to make you any money either. Yeah. Like,
I remember specifically the biggest, I guess, example of that for me was the LF Go 10 step-up banner.
Yeah, it was just different. It was like, I summoned on it. Dude, I summoned on it, and it, like, reset at, like, 11 o'clock, and I was like, huh? I was like, wait, that's not how this... It's like, oh, cool. Everyone's like, why didn't you read the news, Brad? It's like, because they should change the damn banners. What do you mean, why didn't I read the news? Like, it's like, step-ups are step-ups, bro. I don't know. I've never played a gacha game that changes their banners more often, I'll tell you that much. They don't change it too much nowadays. Like, it's kind of set. Now, I don't know what happened to Legends. Is it Legends Rising, or did we just have one of those?
The most recent change UST. They made, bringing back the 999 to be specific to Legends Rising for the past, 4 Legends Rising banners now, or 5.
Which was a good change. I'm glad that came back. I remember we were all hyped for that. And it's still kind of like, you probably really shouldn't summon on Legends Rising, honestly, if you're free to play. Or even, like, close to free to play, you should look for step-ups only. But at least it's 999 if you do decide to summon. Why is Gohan not on Cooler's team? I'm guessing that's Dokkan. Was Gohan not on Savior? Is that what?
No, he's transformation boost. He's not a transformation boost. Because technically, they're calling him going from Teen Gohan to Ultimate Gohan. That's not a transformation. It's a power-up. I don't know. It's stupid. Goddamn stupid.
Yeah, I don't even have to know anything about, like, what's going on with categories and stuff. I know a fair amount, but, like, I wouldn't even have to know to be like, bro, I don't even know why is this a thing? Like, no, that's not how this works. Like, looking at that Savior category, the second I looked at it, there's like 8 Dragon Ball characters in my mind that stood out that it's like, yeah, he probably is a Savior. I don't think Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta saved GT. Maybe I'm wrong here. I don't know. But but it's like... And James, I appreciate the $2, dog. But that's where it's like, Dokkan is a whole different thing with the categories. That's like their one biggest flaw is they just keep giving you guys new categories. Everything else is working for them, and everybody's like, stop with the damn categories. And they're like, you want a new one? It's like...
Yeah. I I don't know. We've discussed this to hell and back. So this is
yeah.
the one flaw that Dokkan has right now is the use of new categories and who's in it. So
seems cool,
well.
but either way, but yeah, no, I agree, 100%. Things need to shift. I haven't personally played the Mortal Kombat thing, but it would be cool. Like the idea of getting Turles Z power through the event is really cool. It's a good idea, and we need more things like that where it's like you get something specific for that, like. Maybe you get equipments or something that give you like a guaranteed gold slot at the front or something like that for completing an event. That'd be a cool idea, like a guaranteed red slot or something. You know how you have the equipments like the Vegeta and the Broly equip? What happened to giving us free equips that had 3 red slots? I need some more of those, bro. That's the only 2 I got still that have all 3 red slots. Like, and it's like I need more of those. But if you did an event and say it's for like Turles or something and you unlock that Turles equipment or whatever, and it gives you one with a starting red slot for beating the event on top of the title and whatever else, that'd be cool. I'd be down for something like that. Fine, just something little that ties into that. No big deal, but I don't know. We always say all this stuff and then nothing ever really shifts. What's
that's the downside.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. It's nice to think about stuff that would be positive with it, but then like 2 weeks passes by and it's like, okay, well, I got you. Like the guild thing is still. You guys are all hyped for the guild thing. I don't even know anything about it. I have no idea what the difference is even going to be.
Yeah, neither do us. So,
you just want something different, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, the worst part, and like, look, God, how long have I not? I think I stopped playing it like a month ago now.
More
but
than
like,
that.
yeah, the thing is like, I like cooperative, like work with your teammates, work with your guild mates, like work with people to get stuff done.
Bro, we all
And when
watched
they
your Why I'm Quitting Legends video, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, they teased that like 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Oh
now.
yeah, it's too long.
Yeah, it's basically like they just didn't time it right, and it might have been a COVID thing. Who knows? Like maybe they were going to, like they didn't want to put out that video, but hey, why not, or whatever the case may be. It's just like the timing is bad because like you tease something and then you never bring it out, or not even an update. Like there hasn't been a peep since that video and stuff that said about guilds.
There are rumors rumbling that another video and stuff will be coming soon, so hopefully they got a lot to say.
Was that Yellow Vegito was when that got announced?
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah, that was genuinely like 5 months ago. We're going
look,
half a year now.
I get that things change and maybe something, in terms of their plans went astray. But for me, it's like, if that happens, you should at least tell people like, hey, we know you guys are looking forward to the update. Rest assured, we're still working on it. Hope you guys are looking forward to it in the near future.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, some positive reinforcement along the way.
Just at least string me along a little bit. Give me a little bit of hope and be like, all right, yeah, okay, it's still coming. But I haven't heard anything from it.
Maybe that's just a side effect of them being really new at actually communicating with their player base. Like, even for Dokkan being 5 years old, they just opened their English-speaking YouTube channel and video series within the past year, didn't they?
The Christmas was when they dropped it. So yeah.
Yeah, and Legends, they've started more recently. So maybe we can just write it off as they're not really that great at communicating with their communities like developers are, in this hemisphere.
Well, yeah, what did Dimps always work on? They worked on games like Burst Limit and stuff like that, so they never really had to communicate with anybody. Was like, hey guys, we got a new character coming out for Burst Limit. It was like, so yeah, they never had to, So it makes sense. It's just, it sounds bad, but they kind of got to learn a little more on the fly than take a couple months at a time. It needs to be more like, okay, this was a mistake, we'll rectify that, boom, that's it. Instead of, well, let's do it 4 more times and then we'll fix it. It's like,
yeah, I think. Well, and I also think might be a little bit conspiracy theory. It might be a cultural thing too, in a way, right? Because in this information age, it's like you screw up once, it's like you've been dropped, right? So I think for them, they might also still be thinking like, oh, we have time to fix this, but it's like, no, you don't. Not in this new information age. If that makes some sense. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas here, trying to justify it, but.
Well, Jay Wanna gave $5. He just wanted to say, love everyone's vid in the podcast. We spend way too much on this game for nothing. I mean, yeah, it's like, kinda, but I mean, let's put it this way: we didn't spend it on this game, we'd be spending it somewhere else, so whatever. I don't really need a new car. I don't need to get a house. It's not a big deal.
The streets are kind of fire, you know what I'm saying? I can survive out here, you know?
I mean, dude, if I'm on the side of the road and I got a 7-star VB, who's getting the tip first? Let's just ask that. I can just whip out my phone.
Oh, man.
I do see a lot of hobos with cell phones, and it's kind of like, I'm confused. I'm lost here. I don't get it. I used to work at Domino's, and people would come in with Nikes and then use like EBT, and it's like, huh? I'm like, I feel like I'll be there one day, sit there with my S20 and my cat, and I'll be like, hey, you see my VB? Can I get $1? Like, I don't know, man. Whatever. Screw it. I'll just spend money. Is the Truth's Twitter? Hold on, everybody's been talking about the Truth's Twitter. Is it gone?
Yeah, I'm texting him right now.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. So,
oh, bro.
should we move to our own Twitter questions?
Yeah, we'll jump on that real quick. Do you guys have to pick up? You want me to?
Let me see where are we at.
I feel like what we should do for the future before we start the podcast, what if we all go through and pick one question to answer during questions?
Yeah, it's not bad.
We don't have to only answer that one, but like one person picks a question. Like just beforehand, and we just take notes of it down in there, or like copy it over into the Discord or whatever else. So we're not like, hold on, guys, let's read through 17 questions real fast. Oh, no, that's a bad one. Like, it's like, let's see.
You want to pre-screen the questions?
Essentially, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea,
No, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, we can talk about that after.
Oh, yeah, there was one. K to the C. You guys probably know him.
Yep.
He was asking, like, how much does he have to invest to get us to do Legends first? And he said everything is serious with him with money. So I don't know if you guys want, like, a sponsor on the podcast. But he's willing, bro. Like, he's willing to sponsor it, so we do Legends first, dude. I'm just saying.
Look, I'm gonna call it right now. See, I may be the new guy onto the podcast, but if you want Legends first, all right, and you willing to sponsor us, you know what I'm saying? Gorish, you're in attack mode. Go ahead, man.
I told him 500, and then I was like, that's too much. And I was like, what about 250? What about $250? And we each get that every time. He gets a lot. Hey, dude, I will deliver it to his goddamn email. We'll record it ahead of time. If he does
here's a question. How many of you guys are gonna show up early on the Legends portion? That's the real question.
What do you mean? I listened to the entire. I don't even play Dokkan, and I listened to the entire Dokkan Battle one.
I understand, but I'm just saying, like, some of you guys, like Ryuden, can only.
Oh, he don't get the 250, bro. Ryuden's out. No.
I'm just saying, like, if we can have an actual discussion behind the scenes, but I'm just throwing it out there, like, when you guys, want to show up first for Legends and then dip out later, that's fine. If we can get that many people on, maybe we do that.
There you go. See, that'd be the way to do it. We need more creators too. We need a lot. If you're happen to be a creator of Legends, even if you're relatively small and you want a chance, dude, hit us up. Like, seriously, shoot us a message on Twitter or something like that. I mean, it's got to be like, you can't. I made a channel yesterday. It can't be like that. But like, if you had a channel for like 6 months or something, you've made a fair amount of Legends videos. You have something, dude, hit us up. Seriously, we're more than happy to have guests on here for sure. Not a guaranteed spot or anything like that, but like, if you just want to come in for a podcast or something, chit chat, something specific is happening you like about Dokkan or Legends or something, more than welcome to have a little bit of stuff like that. So. I'm not going to open my DMs or anything, but like, you can tag me.
Right? Whichever one gets, the most people to come through, we save that for last. Ain't that right, guys?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I'm down.
I'm down.
All right. Ryan asks, who could you see being the next LF unit? What kind of unique abilities would you like to see being implemented on that unit?
That's tough. I don't even know.
If it's villains, I would say, actually, it's weird. Okay, they call me Ryuden Jr., right?
Little toast.
If it's villains, I say Kid Buu. If it's heroes, then I say Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
You think we'll get another one at the same time we got one last year? Or like close to it? Because he came out, October last year?
October.
Yeah, so it's like we're getting close to that again. Say we get an LF here, like an evil one, and then we get a good one. I don't know, you think they would match it up almost a year on the dot? That'd be weird. I'd be down, but
I have an idea. What about an LF Trunks from when he killed Mecha Frieza?
I was thinking that since last week. I was about to say that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But it's like, how would you do like a non-LF of like Burning Slash? Because it's just
Maybe
like,
maybe it wouldn't be burning slash. Maybe it would be like maybe just some like sword attack into like a blast or something, but it wouldn't be like a killing move. I don't know. Basically, like how Vegeta's LF Vegeta's, like it's just like a bunch of punches and then like a big punch. Like I don't know.
yeah. Maybe they can just make it like shining slash, I guess. So it's just like, you maybe like kick the opponent, then you just leap in and do that first slash. But
Yeah, that would work.
yeah, that'd be kind of clean.
There's so many characters that'd be kind of clean, bro. Like it's crazy. That's what's inferior about it. Dokkan and Legends, not just this or that. Any Dragon Ball game ever is there's so many damn characters, and it's crazy that some of the ones that get greenlighted, it's like, huh? Like, I don't need him. Like I don't really want a drum or anything like that. Can I get somebody dope? Like, there's so many options still. You could have a new character come out every 5 days, and we wouldn't run out of characters in Dokkan or Legends for like 6 years. And even then, you could probably just reuse a bunch of them. Same with Nano, Riku. Yeah, no, we had those open invitations to Riku and D-Free and all of them. Nano and all of them. They just don't like us. So
I just talked.
Just whether they want to come, they're busy or not.
Yeah, I just talked to Nano, and basically he said he'd love to come, but Saturday nights is time with him and his wife. Which
Yeah, I was about to just say like Saturday night. This is like prime time for a lot of people to have their downtime and stuff. So
I mean, you could either have a kid or you could have a Goresh. I mean, what are you really gonna pick here? It's really an obvious choice to me.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so predictions on where the meta could change, like the next dominant team. Like, what's the one unit they bring out?
LOE.
Completely shifts. Really?
No,
LOE?
You don't think so? If they gave us some kind of green LOE unit that went with cooler, you don't think they could take it back?
I'm all for it.
I know you're for it. Do you think that would happen? You're always for it, bro. I literally just say freeze and you're like, I'm in. Like.
So wait, you're asking who would I pick for a green LOE unit?
Not necessarily, but I mean, you think Meta Cooler if he came, or Meta Frieza, Mecha Frieza? My bad. Oops.
I honestly
if he
think
came
we would
out,
get Angel Golden Frieza before. Yeah.
you think he'd be green?
Yeah, he could be. I mean, let me open the list up real quick.
Or they can give us what's it? I forgot if it's true or perfect Golden Frieza. I'm pretty sure.
True. Yeah.
True perfect Frieza. Yeah. So, or Golden Frieza. I'm tripping. So that would be kind of a clean LOE unit they could add, or
Yeah, it could be even transforming, because remember the transformation sequence he does, like when he transforms the first time after getting revived. That would be cool.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
green would honestly be the best color because they only have one really usable green unit, which is the green Golden Frieza. So I wouldn't be.
do you
opposed
not
to a
use the
green
cooler
one.
or what, dude? Like,
Oh, yeah, from like the second week of the game, yeah. Well, I'm good.
he's all right, man. Like, he competes.
Watch him get a Zenkai.
He will eventually.
If he does, like in the next like 6 months, 7 months, if he really does, he would. That's where I think LOE would take it back.
Well, hey,
Like,
he is honestly a really good option for a Zenkai because of the fact that he is a ranged movies unit. And that's exactly what we were just talking about earlier, where he could be that second like big range movie unit to help Turles, bring that team to a different, I guess,
That's
standpoint
true.
in terms of the meta.
No, he's a good bridge for sure to a lot of different things.
Because he also buffs movies with his Z ability too, blast, hack, and defense.
Although honestly, I guess if I'm being realistic, LOE is probably the one that I see could take it back just because they have a lot of basis. But Region's probably going to take it back next. If I'm being realistic, I would say Region's probably going to be like, something's going to come out, and we're going to get booed as Zenkai 7 easily, coming up in, November or whatever else. Region's probably going to shift the meta soon.
honestly, I think it's going to be a powerful opponent. And
Yeah,
the
I would
reason
think
why is because, apart from PyCon, literally all the villain characters that we've gotten so far, which I guess would only count as Fuse Zamasu because he was the first one to actually bring the tag, I think. And then now with Turles, we're slowly but surely starting to get units that are actually filling that tag. So, and with like all the other characters we have like left in like the Dragon Ball universe, a lot of the villains are probably going to get that tag and start buffing it soon. And I can see it like on the actual come up, because I'm pretty sure like once we get to the likes of like Jiren and like all those guys, that tag is going to be insane. So yeah, I think it's going to be a powerful opponent.
Okay. All right, Dragon Ball Heroes collab. If it happens, what step up banner?
Every week.
Yeah, every week we talk about this.
40
Every week.
crystal.
Coming in the future when they run out of regular ideas, for sure. Or they'll start sprinkling it in with the weaker, newer, like Saiyaman 3 and some of the more watered down characters first. I'm not just gonna jump straight into like Super Saiyan 4 Zeno Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegito and stuff.
I would normally agree with you, but with the 10th year anniversary for Dragon Ball Heroes this year in November, I could see a full prong attack of like collab summons for Legends with Dragon Ball Heroes in November. Same thing with Dokkan, both JP. Well, mostly JP, but maybe Global as well. Like I could see it. Every game gets Dragon Ball Heroes because this is the 10th year anniversary.
Yeah,
maybe
possibly.
Maybe they like go out. They go start with a bang. Like, okay, we're gonna give you guys, I don't know, Super Saiyan God Trunks as one sparking, some kind of farmable card, like a Legend. I'm not gonna say Legends Robe, but a farmable card like an Andrew 21 kind of thing. I can see that happening.
Oh, okay. No, my brain fat because I love Heroes. Okay, so I'm calling it right now, right? If there was ever a Heroes collab, again, 40,000 crystals, but okay, definitely getting a transforming beat from base to Super Saiyan Blue, getting Super Saiyan God Trunks, and maybe a free unit. I would say the free unit could be Saiyaman 3 and 4. I think that'd be kind of clean. And plus they would work well with Saiyaman 1 and 2. Oh my God. Whoa. Okay, no, I gotta chill, bro. There's Heroes is just literally opening the floodgates. That's too much. Too many options.
40,000 crystals minimum.
Bare minimum. Like I'm calling it. I want y'all to quote me on that. All right, 40,000 crystals if they ever do a Heroes collab.
Golden Cooler, maybe.
Absolutely.
Golden Cooler. Golden Metal Cooler?
Both. Why not?
Oh wait, I just realized too, Beat would be Sun Family. Holy crap. Okay, I need to stop thinking. Okay, sorry.
Excuse me. Will we ever have another Las Vegas tournament? Well, before COVID, I would have said yes. Now with COVID, probably not.
Ever? Probably sometime.
It depends on like where the
When
goes and
Yeah.
I mean, even if they want to do it virtually, it doesn't have to be a Las Vegas tournament. It could be just a official tournament that they have, right?
Yeah, but then that would totally show the cracks in their netcode.
Good.
Smash actually dealt with something like that too this year, so it's just like, yeah, that would be, yeah.
I mean, like Evo tried to do it virtually, and then they realized, no, our fighting games have terrible netcode. This is not going to go well. So, yeah. Again, getting all the questions of, will the game survive till the next anniversary?
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, they're going to keep it going. They're not going to shut the game down all abruptly this year. They're going to have a lot more. Like, they're still in the top 20 like revenue games, like coming from Japan and Gacha overall. I doubt they're just going to drop off the face of the earth this year. That's unlikely.
Oh, where were they on that list?
I think they were like 19 or 17. They were somewhere in the upper teens, but they were still on it.
Yeah, but, well, I mean, that's still like, what, 30, 40 million US dollars from JP alone? If they're in the like top 20? Yeah.
I think it was like 22, 24, somewhere in that range.
Okay. Yeah, it still makes money. They're never going to quit, but the only downside is if it never fully progresses, like in the sense that it makes more money, instead of just 22 million, it should be making 30 million, in like 6 months from now, But if it doesn't go to that point, then we're not talking about shutting down, but more like scaling back resources, where they're going to probably develop another game in addition to Legends, if that makes sense.
But didn't they already try that with Buchigiri match technically?
That game it failed to translate. It didn't get an app. Like, that game could have been a lot better, but I think they just they didn't put in what they could have to make it.
Well,
It was browser based.
Yeah, web app is fine. I think web apps are pretty good because that means that even low spec devices can still run it. Like, it doesn't have to be an app based. It's just the convenience of having an app makes sense.
Yeah.
But the downside is like you said, they didn't translate it. So it was strictly localized in Japan, but it was all in Japanese. So like Grand Blue Fantasy, right? That game, that's a web-based game for 6 years, one of the longest running gacha games. It's only a web app, only based in Japan, but the good side is they have an English translation version of it. So they have fans and people that pay out the butt all over the place. So if you just think of it as, it's just a web app, and that's not it. There are successful web apps. Like I said, Grand Blue Fantasy. It's just, I think they didn't take the step to translate it so it could be served to a global market and maintain its user base there. But
I translated the entire game, by the way.
Oh, I know you did. Yeah.
Still pinned to my Twitter.
Yeah, I'm like,
Did they pay you for that, or
What?
did they pay you for that?
No, but I got a lot of exposure in Twitter, so that
That's
helped.
true. No, you're good. Yeah, no, dude, I'm not. I read that thing so many times when I was trying to play Heroes, bro. Like, I jumped in here midway through. I think that's what you guys are talking about, right?
yeah.
It's the only game I assume
it's
you've
fun.
ever translated the entire thing.
Well, I'm talking about Buchigiri.
Oh, Buchigiri. Okay, I was gonna say Heroes. You also did, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I can't. That game's so massive that you can't. But for all the important ones, I did.
Yeah, Buchigiri was. I remember that was a sad day, man. Not really. I never even looked at it, but I never even played it once. But it looked like it was kind of cool, though.
The animations were fire.
Yeah. That's what everyone uses for thumbnails now.
Yeah.
What's his name? Who was it? D3 was also the one into it.
Yeah, me and him made videos on it.
Yeah.
It's just it never got translated nor put into an app format or localized or anything. Like, they could have done more with it, but it was a very geographically specific release, I guess.
Well, when I thought about it was they didn't want to compete with the actual Dragon Ball card game, super card game. You know what I mean? For a physical version, then you had the digital version. That's why I feel like they kind of just kept it local in Japan. I don't know. I'm just coming up with ideas here, but yeah. All right. There was not much else in terms of Twitter questions.
There was a Dono. Do you think Legends can bounce back from a lackluster second anniversary? I personally think they're doing their best move in the right direction. Thank you, Brian. You guys probably know Brian Z. He comes through a lot of stuff.
He always
I agree with Brian.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, I personally think they're doing their best move. I agree, 100%. Things are going to take time. I think the anniversary, as much as it's easy to say, they effed it up. Oh man, this sucked. A lot of things went wrong. Anniversaries are tough to nail down because you have to hit it perfect. Because you got to give enough content, but not too much. Good characters that don't break the game. There's just a lot of stuff. Do I think it sucked? Yeah, the anniversary kind of sucked. Trunks was really good. Not Trunks. Trunks was really good. The future blue one. He was solid for the Legends Road. I like that. Shallot was fantastic. I think if Shallot didn't exist in the anniversary, I think the anniversary would have been really,
Terrible.
really, really bad. I think they can bounce back. People take into account. So you start looking at these astronomical numbers from Dokkan, and yeah, Dokkan makes a lot of money. Legends makes a lot of money too. It's just not the same scale. It's kind of like you look at Jeff Bezos and Nolar. It's kind of like they're both making a good amount of money. One's making a lot more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't think of somebody who was famous but not that famous. Tom Hanks? I don't know. Tom Hanks and Jeff Bezos. They both have a lot of money, but you look at the overall scale and it's a very different scale.
I don't know, bro. Tom Hanks kind of balling. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if
man?
he's balling in close to $1 trillion though, but
Tom Hanks.
he's definitely balling. Don't get me wrong. It's 80
Didn't
million.
he move to a different country or something?
He has 80 million followers on Twitter. He's a crazy dude. He's actually very successful too. It's crazy. People, you would think
Well, I
he's successful with people that are not even like the age demographic you would think. Like you would think it's
Yeah,
all like our
true.
parents and stuff. And I love Tom Hanks. I guess I
I think
don't
he
know.
moved to
love
Greece, didn't he?
He got
No, I mean,
citizenship there, but I don't know if he like actually established residence there or not.
I think he has a,
Well-
Greek passport.
Yeah, he's like a dual citizen.
Oh wow.
That was just recent.
All right, well,
Tom Hanks and his wife are officially Greek citizens.
now look,
That's the
you guys
headline.
can't even tell us you don't come to this podcast to learn something every time.
I saw the
Maybe-
article pop up for me, and I was like, "What is this?" That's the only reason why I knew that.
All I remember is a picture he took with like some drunk kid in like a cafe. I remember that a couple years ago. Some random drunk kid ran into a cafe and he was like passed out, and Tom Hanks took a picture with him and put it up on Twitter. I remember that. No, I mean I think they can obviously come back. There's no way. I mean they're still making a good amount of money. There's no disputing. The game wouldn't be active if it wasn't making a good amount of money. Still, it's just these games need a lot of money, not a good amount of money, to really maintain pumping things out and doing things this way and that way and advertising and growth, and it all ties back to what Ndakuba said, where it's like Dokkan has had time to refine. They weren't making this kind of money up until like probably, what do you guys think, like 3 year? Was when they really started
3 years where it
popping
really
off.
took off.
2.5
Yeah.
probably. They really was 2.5. Was that UI Goku? Or was that 3.5?
2.5 was UI.
Because that's when I feel like that's when I started watching like Nano and Rhyme a lot. Like I'd already seen them obviously before that, way before that. But like I just started watching them, and their videos were starting to pop off at like 120,000 views. Like it was like, okay, this is actually a popular game now. Like I remember that.
Yeah, it was like, well, because UI Goku dropped when the episode aired, and that was in like November of 2018, I want to say, or 16 or 17, something like that. So, that was like the height of like that was hype of hype. So, yeah, I want to say, and then third year was when we got the transformation LRs. Like that's when it really started to take off, at least in my opinion. It had always been done well, but because we've hit top grossing a lot along those lines, but it wasn't consistent till like fourth year anniversary. So January 20 or February 2019, for like 4 months, 5 months, JP had hit top grossing every month. You know, so like
Yeah.
that's when we knew like it was popping off. Like,
What's the
real
game
hard,
in
so.
Japan that destroys Dokkan even? Fate Grand Order?
Fate Grand Order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
It's a
even
waifu
know-
Simulator.
Why does it even? Is that the only reason it destroys it? Because it's a waifu simulator?
It's 1% SSR rates or like 5-star rates. So think what you pull in Legends, cut that by a third, and that's what the rates are for that game. And people love their waifus so much that they go ham on it.
Oh damn, dude.
Um,
Yeah, Goku can't
well,
really
the-
compete with waifus. So I get that.
No, they can't. Unfortunately, they can't. So, that's why I think right now, last time I saw, Fate Grand Order in Japan made 480 million since January till June, and Dokkan only made 220 million.
That's bitch numbers, dude. Only 240 mil. That's nothing,
Yeah.
bro. That's like
But JP Dokkan's number 2.
just
Fate
feeds
Grand
like
Order's
every
number 1.
homeless person in the states. Like,
So,
so can we all
Yeah.
agree pretty much that yes, they can turn it around? Absolutely. I think
can
they-
be turned around. Yeah, it's never too late until it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, I think they got a solid like. What do you think? Like, 2 years cap. I'd say if things haven't changed in 2 years from now, the game's effed.
I don't know if I could assign
I don't think it's a time
actual
period.
time limit to it.
It's
really.
a lot. There's a lot of stipulations that have to happen there, of course. I'll say, I think in 2 years, if I was playing the exact same Legends I'm playing today, I wouldn't be playing anymore. I could probably push through another year playing exactly what I'm playing right now if I'm still having a YouTube channel. If I was free to play, I think I would have already been done, personally. But
Yeah.
yeah, if I was a free to play player, I think I would have been like, I'm alright. I'm going to take a couple months off from this game, which I actually do recommend. Really and truthfully, step away for like a week from Legends. If out there you're kind of debating it, you think it's taking up too much time in your life, you're spending too much money, whatever, step away. And you know, if you're like, hey, you know what? I kind of just want to play Legends. Great. If you kind of don't, okay. Like, did I not? Hold on. I got to do something real quick, so you guys continue. My bad, one sec.
Tyler's
Really
not wrong
question?
there.
what do you say?
Oh no, I think we're. Oh no, just looking in the chat. They're like horny men beat out Goku. Yeah, that's true. So, you're not wrong. No, but the thing about Fate is like the thing about them is they actually do have very good storylines and memorable characters. So like for a lot of people I've talked to, they're like very attached to the certain characters they love. So that's why they keep playing that game. And on top of that, that game literally gives the meaning of every unit is usable. So like a 3-star unit, actually it has more uses than a 5-star unit in some like events and stuff. So you can play that game completely free to play, but obviously people do it for their favorite characters and waifus and whatnot. So yeah, it's hard to
compete against that.
But yeah, I think we're pretty much done with like Twitter questions.
We got. I would like to see RP bonus. This is a donation again from Brian. Appreciate you, dog. You're banned from donating for 3 more months. I would like to see RP bonus multipliers for things like combo count, units left alive, legendary finishes, no rush, etc. You guys agree with that? So, like, if you win a match that using a Rising Rush, you get more RP.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Well, I mean, if it's like set rules for the season, like, hey, get double or like 15 more RP by having per character alive, then that would be kind of cool. Change your play style, be a little more defensive, switching out more and more healing. Like I think regen would like obviously rule that season. But then if it's something like higher combo count, so yeah, you'll see Kefla and Vegeta Blue together. Yeah, sure, you get extra points for that. Like any kind of incentive for you to change your play style or change your team composition in order to, the end goal is get higher RP. Sure, that's fine to me.
Panic with a $10 donation saying, "Yo,
What's up, Panic?
Appreciate you, dog."
Panic's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Goresh, if you want to see that new game that Nalar have been playing, rejoin the little Discord. Doing
okay.
card game.
Well, I don't know. Is there much else you guys really want to talk about too much? Like, is there anything else that was new? We kind of been BSing about a little bit of stuff, talking about DMVs and whatnot. Like, is there anything else?
And Tom Hanks.
Hey, like I said, you guys learned something new. Tom Hanks is now a citizen of Greece. So him and his wife, actually. So,
Yeah.
So I mean, really, yeah. I don't think
This
there's
was a
much
pretty
else.
positive stream.
Oh yeah, we've gotten a lot better at it. I think we're doing better at it. It's just the game makes it hard to be positive. It's not that we're really negative people.
Honestly, that's a lot of it is coming from not us wanting to be negative. I don't want to be negative, but unfortunately, sometimes there's just
if we could just laugh and all joke together and talk about stuff, it's 10 times easier. Which we know we can do that, but like I said, you kind of get caught up sometimes, and I think a lot of us are relatively guilty of it. I don't see too much from Indukuba. I don't see you being too negative. Like, I think maybe I'm just not looking. I don't know, but it's really, we need to be a little bit better on top of it, at least for myself. Maybe I'm just talking about me on this one, that we need to be a little better on top of it, because things are not going to get solved overnight. Things are not going to get solved with us bitching and griping. And it influences a lot of negative things, and I want you guys to like take what we think about the game and make it your own thoughts. Like, that's cool to do that. I appreciate you guys caring what our thought process is. But at the end of the day, we play the game on a different scale than you guys do. So if you don't enjoy something,
I wouldn't cast the same label over everyone. People that are probably
of course not. Oh, there's tons of people that play even more than we do. There's different echelons and different scales for everything. That's what it's like. If you like something, dude, like it. Don't listen to everybody else on Twitter. Don't listen to me telling you that unit's bad. Don't listen to Goresh telling you that unit's bad. You enjoy it. Screw it. Have fun. Try to be a little more positive. Like, the game's getting better. We got time. We have a lot of time. The world's still chaos, so I don't think many of us are leaving our house for a couple more months, so you got plenty of time for things to get better. Just step away sometimes, play a different game for a couple days. You're pissed off at PvP. Don't tweet at Toshi or DB Legends and call them douchebags. It's fine. Like, it
Toshi doesn't even
happens.
have an account, right? It's just the
Whatever,
Legends
DB
account.
Legends. Don't tweet at DB Legends about Toshi. Whatever else. How's that? Just go play a different game for a second. Step back, breathe for a minute. It's cool. Like,
Yeah.
we'll do these a little more positive if you guys do enjoy this a little bit more, because we've had more consistent viewers tonight, at least on my streams than normal. Plus, everybody has been a little bit better in the chat, minus when we were transitioning to Legends. It was a very negative 5 minutes there. But yeah, I mean, if there's anything else you guys want to chuck it in.
No, that's it. So appreciate everyone here coming out, checking out the stream. And of course, this will be up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts and whatnot in a day or two. And yeah, so Talent already took off, but this is Nolar signing off. Nas, anything else you want to say?
No.
We already know who's hosting next week, right? Was it Nasrach or was it Indukaba? I don't remember. Who we decided? Indukuba.
If you want
It's gonna be Nas.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Nasrach is hosting next week, so keep an eye out for that. Every Saturday, same time. Right when you see this one go live, right when you see it end, we'll be live at that time. Obviously, it varies from country to country and state to state and whatever else, but keep an eye out for that.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
We'll see you guys on the next one. That's the end of episode 36.
Peace out, dudes.
later.